Yeah, dude. I think we might be good. All right. Well, unfortunately, we can't talk about what we wanted to talk about, man. I had this fucking sick ass show set up. We're gonna watch that. Mark Millar has basically become like the new hero in comic books, in my opinion.
For some people, clearly, for some people aren't with it, and some people really need to just listen instead of jumping to conclusions about what people are talking about, instead of using their own brain to figure out what people are talking about. So
Yeah.
that's why he's going to the um, he's he's going straight to the well by trying to talk to people about the problems that he's envisioning with stores across the country, and I think that's a good thing. So
Yeah.
if you want comics to stay alive in the store and in LCS as you know them, then Marlar is doing something great. He's not doing it to talk shit about regular writers and things like that. So
Well, it was very interesting hearing him talk to Glenn, and then he had a kick ass uh, interview with three retailers, two big time retailers, Graham Crackers and Coliseum. Phil and I forget the owner of Graham Crackers right now because
uh
I'm really ripped. But um, dude, that shit was amazing, right?
oh yeah, absolutely. It was great to get their perspective because we've got people. The one guy, the graham crackers guy, he's been in biz for like 50 years. He doesn't look that old, but he apparently is when you talk about all this stuff. So they say, they don't want the LCS to die. Um, there's just, I don't know, they had so many good points. So we're not going to be able to do any of the videos or anything like that.
Yeah,
Ryan, you don't think the video is
I
gonna
can try it. Let me give it a shot. Let me
because
see
we
if
can
I can
go.
pull this
I mean,
shit
because I
off.
wrote down a bunch of their points and stuff like that, but it's easier to sort of play off some of the stuff they were saying than jump around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
All right, let's see
Distribution,
here.
and you know what I noticed that they didn't talk about in there? I don't believe was store variants, especially online store variants.
Well, they mentioned him a couple of times, dude. They did
Did they?
mention him. Yeah.
Okay. I have to only listen once. It's an hour long show. You guys check out Millar World if to figure out what we're talking about here. He did an hour with these retailers, and it's really good. It shows you the state of the industry in person.
All right, here we go.
And things by people. It's somebody who maybe runs a very small operation or a very recent operation. So they don't have the perspective that somebody who's been in the business for a long time with a very broad range
So
of.
John Robinson, Phil Boyle, and I don't know who Ryan is what his comic shop is,
I
but
won't say somewhere in
definitely
Florida, but
okay.
Stores
I
in
could be
different
wrong.
areas and everything's going to have. They can be great guys and they've got a great service, but they can't take the temperature the way you guys can. And there's something so weird going on right now, isn't there? I mean, I feel it, like, I mean, over the last few years, I've been looking at all this stuff, because I read all the comic media sites like everybody else, and all I see is comics is booming, blah, blah, blah. Everything's amazing. And you see that ICV2 graph, when it showed you 2020, 2021, 2022, and doubling in sales, right? I've got a lot of friends who've got comic shops, right? I've been hanging around comic shops for 40 years. Some of my best friends are retailers, and every one of them is struggling. Like every one of them is struggling. And that some of them are closing. I mean, great friends of mine are losing their stores, and it just didn't add up, right? And
Oh,
I couldn't
it
figure
depends
out.
on what they're putting in on that. They're including Dogman, which has starting print runs of 5 million.
They're asking. He's basically asking at this point about like, you know, what else are you selling in your stores other than comics, right? And then that's what they're kind of getting into. They're just starting the conversation basically. So he wanted to grab 3 to 4 other retailers and just kind of like he said, take a temperature with them, find out what they think, what's actually going on. And now we got to remember what they're talking about here for the most part is new comics. They're not talking about back issues. They're just talking about new comics, and what's being put out by the publishers, basically.
Yeah.
They're including every manga out there. But when you look at Marvel and DC periodicals,
Yeah.
they're not making up a significant portion of anything right now.
Which is what the direct market comic store sells, isn't it? I mean, you're not in the Dogman business. You're not in the manga business,
Right.
really, because most people who buy manga don't go to a comic store to buy it.
We sell a lot of it. We sell an awful lot of it, actually. We sell Dogman. We sell everything from Sonic and those types of books, Sailor Moon. We sell a lot of the manga. We sell Chainsaw Man and Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan and everything else. And we order those, literally we bought them by the hundreds when the next issue comes out.
But I feel as if the American comics industry was being gaslit into thinking everything was going brilliantly, when what it was happening was there was the best of the Japanese stuff, that was coming over. And that's not the same as having a healthy homegrown market, because thousands of people are employed by the American comic book industry, and it's teetering. It's absolutely teetering. And Phil, I don't know if you could maybe fill people in for anyone who missed, something that really kicked all this off about 3 weeks ago when you wrote your article for ICV2, where you just said, look, all is not great here. Like 2024 is going to have some challenges. Could you recap that for everyone? Well,
some of the things I'm looking at is to give you a quick idea without boring everybody with a lot of numbers and details. Our DC sales from 2022 to 2023 have dropped 14%. Marvel has dropped 8%. That may not sound terrible, but if we take out the ratio variance, which means the actual comics people are reading.
And he didn't mean reading. He meant people are buying, right? He meant people are buying. He misspoke right there. The actual comics that people are buying, not the ones that are reading, because he thinks that every buyer's a reader, right? Just automatically. Because that's where they're coming from. It seems like they're really coming from, they talk about the collecting aspect a couple of times, right? But very, very minimally. This is all like coming from a reader's point of view. And we've always been told that the majority of people who buy comics from a comic shop are comic book readers,
Yeah. They definitely do hit on both. They do go into the back issues, sort of, because some of the things like they said about with the readers, one of the toughest times they have with the readers is that they keep having do-overs. So they start the runs, and then all of a sudden it's going to end. And if they didn't love the creative team, then they're just going to just say screw it, and they're not going to start over. They're not going to start over on that run. He brought up like someone buying an old Guardians of the Galaxy run. They're up to number 70 or whatever, and they would stick with it. And it's on their pull list. So every month they'd be coming in there, and they go, you know what? I bought the other 69 issues. We're all completionists to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, unless you run out of money or something like that. So you go in there, and then you're not getting it anymore. Whereas if you stop Guardians of the Galaxy, or any other run, obviously, stop any of these runs at number 10, number 12, or whatever, like they've been doing, and they didn't love the creative team. They told you a shitty story. Well, maybe they don't want to do Hulk anymore. Maybe you're going to drop that from your pool. You're not going to be excited to go in there anymore. Or you'll just get like, okay, I'll stick it through one. And also the problem they said in the price points, like they didn't mind, Spawn saying $2.99, but going to or not being $3.99, things like that. It's just you're just missing $1 because that's not really that big a deal, $2.99 and $3.99. But when you've got issue number 1. That they're about to start it over. It's a $6.99 entry point, and that's too much for a lot of people. Just to go read that comic, to go home, read it, and that's it. So this they've got these barricades to entry going on right there, just on what people can afford, what people are going to do, and then they're going to give you 25 freaking covers.
Yeah.
And and these guys, they're not taking into account. I mean, I'm sure they are. They're aware of these guys. All these guys are definitely aware of the market because they're still in business here. But that's not, you got your new, and Mickey talked about this the other day on his show. You got your new, all you got to do is put your new Spider Boy. Oh, graffiti's cool. I like that. Oh, you know what? He's got cool cool sneakers. I like that. Let's go with that. Let's make 20 new issue number ones for whatever new character, and that's what's going to sell. Slap some foil on it, slap whatever. And I guess that'll sell a little bit to get you out the door, but that's not going to get you back in the door. You're cover buying, you're speculating. That's it. And they said the parking lot readers. They said they're missing the parking lot readers. But the issues are so good. You got an issue of Sandman or whatever it is that you were into. You run out in the parking lot and you sit down and you read your comic because you can't wait to figure out what happens next. And now he said people are running out in the parking lot to check the eBay app to see if their comic's gone up in value since they bought it when they bought it 2 minutes ago in the store.
Yeah, right here I got it.
Before that, I think one of the problems we have in the industry is there's no parking lot books. A parking lot book is something where somebody buys the comic and they sit in their car and they have to read it. Yeah. John Byrne's X-Men used to be that. Frank Miller's Daredevil used to be that. Walter Simonson's Thor used to be that. Today, they're more likely to go out, pull the book out, and look at the app to see what the variant cover they just bought is worth this minute, rather.
And
by the way, I always got A's in my book reports.
All right, Bing.
That's it, dude.
You hit it on the head.
Hey, I used to feel myself to be both of those. You know what I mean? But 100%, I would do that. Like.
Well, I also love what Mark said, like, because listen, they talk about the big two and how important the big two are, and one of the things that Mark said, what should they do, and like Legg said, one of the big things was the bigger creators and writers and artists, they need to go and do a long story arc somewhere, and. For one of the big twos. And then Mark goes, so one of the things that he's trying to put forth is to all the creators out there, the big ones, try and go do one project at Marvel or DC a year. One long arc, not a 4-issue mini, like 12-issue arc at the big two a year. That way you can continue to do the stuff, because the big two. And one of the things that they say on here was very interesting, where they said that the big two need to be alive and healthy in order for this to thrive.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes sense for them to do that because it's sort of a rising tide lifts all boats kind of deal. If you've got a killer, I mean, it's a good idea because you're not going to get them on the 70 issue runs anymore, but you can alternate that crew. So it's like. And that was more Millar's idea, I think, than these guys, even though they're definitely going to agree with it because they'll do anything to get anybody in their stores to be buying the Marvel and DC stuff. Like they said at the beginning, they're selling a shit ton of manga and whatever, Dog Boy stuff. And they said didn't get into this to sell. I didn't get into selling comic books to sell Funko Pops.
Yeah.
They move them by the truckload. And it's good that they can do that. I'm glad that they have fallback. But the comic stores I see that are failing the most, the ones that you just go in a shop sometimes, and you're like, if they're not just in here laundering money, there's no way this is gonna stay open. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I found stores it's kind of in the hood out here, selling old TVs and shit. And you're like, all right, man, you got to figure something out. So I don't know. I think it'd be good to have the big creators do that, but I think that also spoke to the publishers that are the smaller publishers, not the smaller publishers, but like some of the guys just doing indie stuff, and everybody's just trying to sell IP. So in Hollywood, they said took a lot of the best writers and put them on retainer or payroll. So when Hollywood's got these writers, then they're not in there. They're making more money, and they're not out there writing the comics. And it's kind of funny that it's Mark Millar that sold to Netflix for $50 million
Well-
that they're having this conversation with.
Well, you know
You know
what he
what I
said?
mean?
He said ever since he did that, like his goal has been to, put out stuff, and he's done a bunch of independent stuff, and they even talk about it here. But he was on Twitter, right? And somebody was taking a shot on him at Twitter and saying, like you left and you didn't, you could have done stuff for I forget what it was, but he responded by saying, ever since I made the money on the big deal, all the projects I do, I give all the money that I would make back to the artists that do the project, which is amazing, right? That's awesome. So,
And he talked about with him the last time that he Millar and Bendis were at Marvel, that they were the top two. They're top two paid guys, and clearly, I mean, for obvious reasons.
remember Civil War?
But
Dude?
they said they said 2 options a year would get them about a 1.5. 2 options a year made them 1.5 years of Marvel salary.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, in all honesty, I'm not creative, or I would be a writer. I would be this, right? I commentate. I'm color. I'm not creativity. I know who I am. But I'll tell you what, if you tell me I had to come up with 2 ideas every year and a half to get paid whatever I got paid at whatever job I had, especially let's say I was an executive level job, which is probably what you consider them, in the form of everything that they were in charge of there, that much money for 2 damn good ideas to have somebody buy it when your name's already out there and people know you. I mean, what's the easy thing to do? What's the easy thing to do? I know if I was, I'd love to tell you that I'd be Peyton Manning, but I'd be Jamarcus Russell if you gave me $50 million. All right. I'd have a second cheeseburger. Yeah. So
I'm gonna let a little of this play. I'm gonna run and grab a drink, but let's let some of this play because this is a
Go
good
for
part
it.
right here.
Okay.
It was worth 10 minutes ago when they bought it.
Yeah.
We do have those parking lot books. And much like your comment, Mark, of start with a profit sharing, bring in some of these creators who have done comics for a very long time. They understand the process. They understand how to build a long-term cohesive story and give the profit sharing. At the same time, I'd like to see publishers not only do that, but also set thresholds and say, okay, retailers, everything above that, we're going to sell you at cost so you can grow your market. It costs us more to put a book on the stands than it costs Marvel, DC, and Image, anybody else. Our cost is higher, and we're the ones who are then stuck with it if we can't sell it. Give us the books at a reasonable rate over a specific rate, and we can stock our stands. People can come in, they can find things again. Right now,
And
And I want to jump into returnability off that, Bill. It's stupid to give us 100% returnability. That's putting all the risk on your guys as the publishers.
Take the ratios and go home.
50% is the perfect for the first 2 issues when we're shooting in the dark and we have no idea our customer's going to try this book. If we think we can sell 8, we'll probably order 16 because you guys are taking 50% of the risk as well. This way you don't have anybody abusing it and taking 100 copies and returning 97 of them just to get threshold books. That's the other thing. Never do thresholds when you're doing returnability. It makes the 2 worthless.
This was a great point right
It
here.
counteracts each other, and the publishers never ask us about this stuff, and they just plow ahead going forward. But 50% returnability, no one can abuse the system. We're both taking equal risk. Everybody wins because we have more copies on our rack, and you guys get more exposure.
Do you feel the publishers lack respect for the retailers?
And I love that question. I'm going to hang it on that one. But that talk about the returnability stuff was very interesting to me.
Yeah, and so if I figured you guys picked this up, but when he says thresholds, what he means is ratio variance. So the 125, 1 in 50, 1 in 100s. Okay, so you go 100% returnability. That's not that. Honestly, to the best of my knowledge, though, that's not that often.
Berserker?
It's usually it's some crazy image. Oh, Berserker did it for sure. It's usually some crazy fucking image book, where it's low print run and they know it's going to be good, and you're not going to give you any crazy variants or stuff, so it's non-returnability, or they're going to claim damages on it, and it's not something that you can do every week. But so basically, what he's saying, if you get 100 regular copies, you're going to sell. Let's say you sell your 1 in 25, your 1 in 50, 100. Let's say you sell them all for ratio. That's $175. And you sell 3 other copies, return the rest. It's a way to get free money. So I think it's fair that he tries to say, let's go 50-50 on the returnability for things like that. So I don't know. I'm kind of with him on that. At the same time, one of the things we also have to remember, these are some of the big dogs of all time. Your store is not graham crackers. Okay, maybe some of you. I don't know where you guys live. Your store is not graham crackers. I didn't have stores in LA the size of some of these stores. It's only so much property you can have out there. Up here where I live, there's a couple small stores, and I'm still in California. All the stores around, there's a couple bigger ones that have 3 to 4 to 5 stores. There's probably 2 little chains like that, and that's it. Even Jeffrey's and Heidi Ho just went out of business, basically. So they are speaking from a point of a whole lot of capital has made it for 40, 50 years in the industry, and they have the ability to buy 100 books to start when every store is not going to have that ability, especially if they're going to rock it at like a $6.99 entry point. That's a lot of money, and you kind of can't blame some of the stores that can't sell those $6.99 books for taking the ratios. So anyway, there's a couple sides to that story, I would imagine.
I don't know. I guess, are we still coming in loud and clear? I mean, or has it been hard to watch? Give us a thumbs up if everything has been good so far.
Everybody's been reacting in the chat, so I think we look.
At the same time, I'm watching people talk about fleshlights and bladder infections, and then I realize that Blind Adam's in the chat, and I'm like, hey, everything's good. That's the way it should be.
All right, they're good. They just caught up to our live comments. We're fine. No, yeah, we've got it in here. Yeah, same with they're saying $6.99, but $4.99. Same like Justin said. Millar brings up later in here what I don't know if it's important that we play that part or not, but about how he gave out one of his number ones, I think last year, maybe a little bit earlier this year, and gave him out, I don't know, $2 or something, half price.
Yeah,
$1.99. So he did that, but but he said paper was, I don't know, if I doubt he's being exact, but paper was 89 cents instead of 15 cents. So, I mean, to a degree, that's a level, but I mean, that's I don't know, that's a profitability part. And I think another thing they said earlier that I don't think it was at this point, I think it was pretty early on, was like, hey, Marvel can do whatever the hell Marvel wants to do. Marvel, they've got enough money to where, okay, you can make DC made Vertigo. Okay. Marvel had, Max for a while.
Epic.
Okay. So if you want a real Punisher story, you can make a dark Punisher story and people will buy it, and it still brings credence to that character. You can have, a Punisher Max, a Deadpool Max. Like, what's wrong with that? And then have your, I don't know, I don't want to say made for kids, but available to a younger audience or a tamer audience or whatever kind of writer that you like. One of these like 12-issue writers, not as hardcore of Frank Castle fan writing the book. Why can't they have a couple Punisher titles? Why can't Marvel eat a little bit? I don't know. I think that'd be.
That was a very good point of view, because they kind of say they don't want to get into politics and stuff. What that means is we don't want to talk about woke social justice warriors and any other name that is being thrown around in the Twitter sphere right now. But they could have talked about those and talked about one of the greatest names that's going around the Twitter sphere right now, and that's Cancel Pigs. What a great fucking name. Mark Millar makes up a name for everybody trying to cancel him and Glenn, calling them Cancel Pigs. That's going to stick, bro.
Dude,
Was that being
I like
used
it.
before?
No, dude, let's just say there's a lot of people picking up on it. And oh god, you can imagine who's already picking up pretty well on it.
Bro, I got some great fucking little clips,
So-
man.
Let's go. Which I don't have a problem with it, but it's and see that's the other thing is we're getting the Mark Millar is I bet you a lot of people didn't even know that he was not born and raised in the United States. But yeah,
He knows
so
how
sort of an
important-
outside looking in perspective that has done so much business in both. And I think he said he goes to Scotland at least once a month. If he doesn't, I don't believe he lives there though. So you can tell.
I think he lives
from
in London.
Does he?
I think
Isn't
so.
he I think he's Scottish. Is he not? Am I crazy?
Yeah, but I think he still lives in London though. But he is Scottish, 100%.
Yeah, he's
There's
Scottish. Okay.
There's a funny Grant Morrison quote about Mark Millar where he's like, I hope the next time I run into him and knock him over or something. I guess he didn't like him or something. But I don't know.
Wait,
if
who
that's
said
true.
that?
Grant Morrison, because they're both from Scotland.
Oh, he said he'd knock him over
Yeah, like
over this shit, or just
yeah,
is a joke.
I don't know. I guess it's just a joke.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know if it's true. I heard a crazy story about Grant Morrison that I'll talk about later. Trying to bring up these bookmarks. There's some really good Twitter posts. I'm really pissed how bad the connection is.
Yeah, I feel you, man. So yeah, we had people. Yeah, for whoever's newer, sorry about the blurriness. That's the upload speed, but that's what took us an hour to get started behind. But we are running, so it's unfortunately going to be just as blurry for you. But luckily, no one cares about the comic guy's faces enough to.
It depends on what they're putting in on.
I'm trying to figure something out here.
Cool. Yeah, and so you know what, they raised another question that maybe I clearly don't know enough about the industry to be able to answer. But he was talking about how are some of these small companies, we can all name them. I'm not talking about almost any of these independent comic book companies, like where are they making their money? They're like, are they the trust fund? Because they're saying like some stores, plenty of stores can't carry them at all. Some of them they're not gonna carry them. I'm sure they'd pick them up for somebody, somebody asking for it for a pull or for a special order or FOC, of course. But I don't understand. I don't like how he said, are they people with a $50 million investment that think they're going to make $500 million eventually when all their IP gets picked up or something like that? I don't completely like. I don't know some of it. I'm just maybe I'm not smart enough. I don't want to name any small companies, but there's plenty of them out there.
Well, it's kind of funny because when he asked him to like try and think of the year when it all changed, they totally picked the time when like the whole thing happened with like, I hate to say it, but like the whole woke agenda in comics that was happening and Comicsgate getting called out for it, like right before like 2016-ish, or 2000, whatever they said. It was all at that same time. And
Yeah.
you could tell where they were going with it, And then they basically said, the question that he said right here. Let me replay this.
Yes.
Everybody wins because
All right, listen to this.
we have more copies on our rack, and you guys get more exposure.
Do you feel the publishers lack respect for the retailers?
Yes.
And I don't blame them.
Did you see how quick that was?
Yeah. Definitely.
Watch what John from Graham Cracker says though.
I've been back, and you guys get more exposure.
Do you feel the publishers lack respect for the retailers?
Yes.
And I don't blame them.
I've
been to retailer meetings. It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I've seen guys stand up and complain about, you guys use the color purple too much. My customers don't like the color purple. And they got to keep a straight face and not make fun of these retailers and be like, oh, yeah, we're going to take that into consideration. Like,
You're
I
100%
understand.
right, John. Yep. But at the same time,
That's pretty interesting. Right? That's pretty fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Listen, and here's the interesting part. We're coming from a totally different ballgame. These guys, two of these guys are two of the biggest comic book retailers on the planet, right?
Yeah.
But they're kind of like not that important to us. So we can take it at a different way. You know what I mean? We take it at a different wavelength than their peers because we're not their peers. We don't know who these guys are, but their peers probably look at some of their peers look at these guys like, yeah, they're what they say matters. You know what I mean? But here's the interesting part. So this thing was so good, I just thought to myself, I'm like, man, I really want to do a show and I wanted to originally get like Dennis, Jesse, and maybe like Sean from Comics Elite on and like do it like an EFAP to this and just go over it and watch it. But I found out that a little something that there may be something interesting on the horizon. So there may be a bigger what is the word I'm looking for? A bigger group of sellers that are going to be talking hopefully soon, from what I hear. So I think maybe after that happens, then we'll have a nice little lengthy EFAP, as they call it.
Nice. And they did make about the stuff coming out, and the quick runs, quick reads, the covers, the flipping stuff that they mostly only alluded to. But they said literally, and I don't think it's because these guys are curmudgeons or they don't like to read comics, because comics are comics. You think about it, I know that different writers interpret things differently, and that was sort of how this all freaking started, right? But he says, what's a good? I can't recommend a good trade paperback that came out in the last 5 years for anybody.
Yeah, that was
and
interesting.
Then he did name a couple that he thought were good.
White Knight.
But yeah, black, white Batman, or whatever it was, and then something else. But I've read some decent stuff. But in the last 5 years, and it's got us reading the whole mess. And then also the crack up was the DC, how DC trade paperbacks are the ones that fly off the racks, and then the Marvel back issues are what flies off the racks. So.
What up, Yee?
But
hey, not much. I was going to ask, was it going to be an indie title, trade paperback, or something like that people recommended?
One of them was. Guess what he recommended? John from Graham Crackers recommended Nice House on the Lake, dude.
Yeah, it's the first thing he said, actually. Yeah, I was trying to think
of but that's Nice House on the Lake is DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just means, but he's talking about any trades.
Oh, okay.
Something
good. He was saying there wasn't they said there's hardly anything in the last 5 years that they could recommend as a trade. It's all older stuff,
Or like
they have their
2000s,
numbers
so.
there. They have their numbers. They were saying that, like Leg was saying, that when it comes to trades, DC's trades always sell better than Marvel, But for back issues, Marvel back issues always sell better than DC. And back issues, shout out to Doc Joe. Appreciate that, brother.
What up, Joe?
And shout out to AOA for all the memberships earlier, dropping all the memberships earlier at the beginning of the show. Love you, brothers. What was I saying? We were talking about, oh yeah, the Marvel back issues and stuff. That's interesting, man.
See, when I was getting back into comics, I want to say DC was a little bit more loved for back issues. But like this was also like the time period, like New 52 was just about to end, Rebirth was starting, so I think that's when that shift was happening, right?
Well, I mean, if you're,
Or do you think it's been like
depends what you're
Marvel?
talking about, because I mean, it just depends on the. I know what you're talking about, Aaron, and I think it depends on the on basically what type of books you're looking for, because New 52 had a million hot books that you could get because they restarted that were hotter than any of the Marvel Now books, other than First Kamala and things like that. So yeah, so the Batman New 52, whether it's number 1, number 2, any of the first like 10 issues of Batman New 52 up to 21 with Duke Thomas, 27 or 28, whatever Bluebird was with I want to say Endgame. I don't think it was, but 35 through 40 with the Death of Batman, the Suicide Squad 6 and 7, Origin of Harley Quinn, Suicide Squad number 1, Justice League number 1, all the extra printings and variants. So I think in the recent history, I think you're totally right. I think that those were definitely the hotter books, and sort of the any of the DC New 52 number 1s, and they were, if you found them in back bins, most of them had spine ticks and stuff. So 9.8 sold for definitely a premium. Yeah. But like historically, it's mostly going to be, it's more the Marvel, just because DC characters are so damn old. You know what I mean? You can get,
or it's like, oh, I want to start collecting Robin comics. Well, which Robin do you want to start collecting? And then you go down that whole path, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can still shit up until, I mean, a regular, older retiree with some funds could have still gotten into an AF-15, whereas they were not getting into an Action 1 or Tech 27. So it's just Marvel was lucky that they were like later. So they have just so many extra first appearances from any of their characters, Taskman to the rebirth of Ant-Man to things like that. So that's it. So it definitely, the McFarlane issues, only really the Marvel ones have still, other than a few issues, Batman 427. Honestly, nobody gave a shit about that book until like 5 years ago. 423. Okay, see. Nobody gave a shit about that book until like 5 years ago, and so the rest of us were buying them for $5 and had piles of them.
I mean, nothing really happens in that issue, right? There's like no first appearances, anything like that. It's just like one of those, iconic covers.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Listen to this. The people that are only covering the way we're trying to cover comic books and media, the people are only covering the media, they're going to have the same exact argument. They're going to say, well, shit, now I have to watch Miss Marvel on Disney Plus to understand what the hell's happening in the Marvels movie that's in a theater. What's the point of that?
Yeah, I got to watch three fucking shows.
You got to watch every fucking channel. You got to subscribe to every fucking thing for your multiverse to figure it out. Mm-hmm. So we like to do it, so I enjoy all the content, but I can see how just the average person doesn't want all the content. I'll take all the content. Give me all the content.
We just need that comedian from Ant-Man to like give us a sum up like before every movie, just real quick, to like catch up everyone, right?
Yeah, exactly, man.
So. It was a really, really good fucking interview. I suggest anybody go check it out. I think we basically talked about mostly what they talked about. You could tell they're coming from a they're coming from a retailer point of view, from the reader mainly, right? They say that they had to pivot towards selling back issues, Funko Pops, trading card games, stuff like that.
Well,
Which
you
is
can't
what-
really say Funko was doing that well either. Like, how many pop figures did they dump into a
Dude,
dump?
Bro, it sounds like they make a lot of money off Funko Pops, and that if Funko Pops weren't around, a lot of comic stores would be fucked.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a Funko section in fucking Target, Walmart.
Oh, anywhere you go. I mean, I used to sell
gifts.
them at ThinkGeek. I mean, when your assigned duty was, hey, reorganize the pop wall, it's like kind of like there goes
One
like
really-
3 or 4 hours. I'm sure.
One really good thing that they said was when they were talking about how you cannot stop and restart at one again anymore. You can't do that. Every time you do that twice in a year, you're losing. That's you say number ones are a starting point, but the final issues are dropping off points for longtime readers because they're like, I don't want to go through this again. You're going to price hike me. I don't want to pay for it anyways. I'm just going to drop this title. You know what I mean? Or something. I'll spend my money on something else. I'll spend my money on back issues because I'd rather read, stuff because I know you're going to change. You're going to do something different. And it really matters to keep those long-time buyers and those long-time collectors and readers and how important that is. And we forget how important that is coming from the straight-up speculation world. You know what I mean? I know we're all comic fans and we all read comics to get in this world, but when you have that speculation mindset, man, it clouds things even worse.
Yeah, and to be honest, it always drove me crazy, even just to pick up that run. And this is not even yesterday because I'm not completing any new runs out there right now. Too many options, too many variants, too much bullshit. Unless it's an indie thing. There's so many covers. I don't know. It's hard if you're a collector and a completionist that will have that many. That'll have that many different options for you. You could say, and let's say they're not ratios, and let's say they're similar price or whatever. That they're having the different colors gives you more options, but I don't know that it gives you more options when it's what you want. DC having the A and Bs for so long when they went away from ratio for a little while. That was I don't know. I didn't like that there was 2 freaking covers. I don't like it because if I want to collect the set, I'm either going to collect all A's or all B's, and then if I go in there and I like the B, but I feel like I need the A for the set, then I feel like I'm getting ripped off, and I might fucking buy neither of them. That's a weird way that maybe my brain works, but I can't tell you that knowing everybody that I know, that my brain, my brain as a collector, a lot of us have similar brains like that. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. We're going to get them all. You need all those appearances. You need everything. And so I don't know. It's always been difficult, but only an A and B, at least are the same price, not that big a deal, but it's just too many now. It's too many. Or like I remember thinking there was a lot of variants for Spider-Man 700, and there was like 7 or 8, I think. I could probably name them. Maybe not even that much. If you include the Ditko, probably 7 or 8, maybe 6. And they were selling them.
Well, the Ditko was a 1 of 500.
Yeah, that thing's insane. That's a wonderful book, but
I love having mine.
So yeah, I don't have one. I've never had one. I've never even. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've been on one, but I wouldn't mind having one. But yeah, so those were great books. You're like, oh, okay, we can get this. But man, that was a milestone. Spider-Man 700. That's a real milestone, man. That's a legitimate milestone. That's not, and they're at 800 in like 2 years, and you're like, wait, what? You're counting everything now.
Well, they tried cleaning all that up with the Marvel Legacy stuff. to have the Marvel Legacy numbering.
Yeah.
Where even though they were resetting, they were still like, okay, these storylines are included in the complete edition of this character, right? And so it included all this different Amazing Spider-Man runs that started after 700.
Yeah. I agree. And maybe they did try to clean that up. And that was actually, they thought it was such a big announcement that they were trying to keep that under wraps from retailers. Like I remember hearing it and they'd say, hey, you can't, don't say it on the podcast. I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, this is going to be a big deal. And I was like, oh, they're just putting another little number on there. And I was like, oh, it's really not that big. I was like, they're keeping this under wraps? Like, it just helps us count, man. You know what I mean?
Bringing back the Marvel value stamp. How exciting.
I will say putting the entering them into CGC can be a motherfucker. Oh god.
Oh, like using legacy
anything,
numbers
dude.
versus-
Start with Amazing Spider-Man and trying to figure out what fucking year and volume, especially if you're one of the first ones. Like I'll usually look on eBay or something to see if there's already I can find another copy so I can enter the information. But good lord, dude. And same as that with all the different runs that everybody had. It's not like they never did this before. They didn't run Captain America through to the end. There's plenty of volumes of stuff, but hey, but if you're talking like volumes that run like 40, 50, something like even 30, that's not 1 year. That's not 12 where they make you have a do-over. There's no reason for a number, Let it go a few years. Rebirth did a good job, I think.
Well, the other funny thing is to see if you go on like Twitter to read all the opinions of everybody. It's hilarious, and Twitter is going freaking crazy right now, and it's so funny to see people lose it. But it's even more funny because it seems like the tide is starting to turn. It seems like this might be causing like a little bit of a tide turn, and it's very interesting to watch. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. This was an interesting post from that Mark put out. He said, let me show this. He says, Valerie is a former editor at DC as well as MTV and always has amazing insights into the comic book world. Have her read. So I guess it's something that her's responding to it. So I figured I haven't read it, and I figured I'd just take a quick skim over it just to see what she says.
I already want to kill her. Sorry. I guess I should keep reading. Well, she says that. No, I don't know anything. I just read the top, but it says it doesn't say her goal. It says of industry media professionals has been. So sorry.
Yeah.
I want to take what she says.
The goal of a number of comics industry media professionals has been for a while to see the direct market finally collapse, making bookstores and libraries the main places to carry comic book material. They want this to take place for several reasons. From a business perspective, it's much more likely for a bookstore and libraries to purchase and support the specific material they produce, and the drive for numbers and profit aren't so much of an immediate issue as with the direct market space. Rather, the graphic novels are treated more like rarefied entity in the book. What does that mean? Like a rarefied entity in the book space. More like beautiful ideas that just exist on their own merit and are buoyed by PR. And then, of course, the hope that the rights get purchased for TV, movies, etc., which these days is largely the direct goal of an increasing number of comic creators. Comic as literally glorified storyboard pitch proposal rather than an entity that exists on its own merit as a comic book for an audience to be cultivated. So far, she's right? I mean, that's exactly what...
From a business perspective, you want shit to go to a bookstore? Who the fuck goes to a bookstore?
It doesn't make sense. That's the problem.
To a library?
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'll tell you what, I'll go to a Barnes & Noble before I go to a fucking library. What the fuck would I do in a library? I'm not homeless. I don't have to use their internet.
Two, there is a class bias against direct market comic book stores in favor of the more dignified bookstore and library scenario. This reflects a long-standing embarrassment on the part of some comic industry professionals and scholars regarding the local comic shops, which they often, mostly in private, cast as being run and patronized by low-class, uncouth proletariat barbarians.
Fucking judgmental pieces of shit.
Right? That isn't that what
Fuck
the
you.
worst part is? I thought
Eat
it was
my
so
ass.
funny, bro, that as what one of the first things that you saw were people taking shots at that dude's looks, like immediately, like they're taking shots at him, like to not just like as like a he actually does look like him. They're actually like taking shots at him, like I bet you his store smells like piss too, that type of shit. All right, back to where we were. Uncouth proletariat barbarians, the comic book guy from The Simpsons, is often invoked. Part of the reason they feel this way is their own insecurities because, of course, they are the cool comic fans. They're not nerds. And another part of the reason they feel this way because they are, to a degree, snobs. But, of course, they can't be snobs because they're so egalitarian and enlightened. They will often, especially in public, cast these great unwashed comic reading masses as mostly women-hating, close-minded Trump supporters. Wow, man. That's
Tell us how you really feel, right?
right? Where are the responses to her thing? Why didn't she
Just why would they blame any one person? You know what I mean? No offense, Howard Comics. I'm not talking about era because there's eras, and we have to take the movies into account. How's an era of whoever your president is gonna change this? It goes Obama, Trump, Biden. Okay, do the it goes 844 at this point in years. So I don't quite get it. I just don't.
Yeah. Man, it's very interesting because one of the things that I think that this whole thing is doing is it's causing a lot of not retailers, but creators and people who are in that world to come out and talk about it. You know what I mean? Like she would she have put that post up if this wasn't being talked about?
No.
Fuck no. She's totally fucking putting the comic book and it's mostly when she's saying that she means DC and Marvel, right? I mean, that's what she's saying. DC and Marvel are like that.
I would assume.
Donny Cates, Jamal Igle, the people who tried to throw shade back at Glenn, right? That type of shit.
But I mean, why is the Simpsons guy all of a sudden the president of the He-Man Woman Haters Club? You know what I mean? I don't understand that. Like when has comic book owner been synonymous with misogynist? I don't. Am I off here? Like, am I not picking up what they're putting down?
No, it's very interesting, man. It's very interesting, and
comic owners, dude, they haven't changed. The first time I saw Glenn 6 months ago on the show, I was like, "That's the Simpsons guy." But I said it because he's a typical comic book guy, not because he's a good guy or a bad guy or anything else. Yeah. He's just he's the comic guy.
He fits the bill of a guy who's been running a comic shop for a long time.
Yeah, dude, he does. And I had owners or comic owners. Those are usually your favorite owners, and they did bring out. They did bring up also in the interview about an LCS being a hangout. About, hey, this is the place that we go talk shop. This is the place. This is our hangout. Like that's their Cheers. That's their bar. That's their Denny morning coffee with a newspaper with the old guys counter. That's their Moose Lodge. That's you know what I mean. Whatever wherever it is you hang out. That's what people will do in a comic shop. We'll sit around, talk shop, and bullshit. Does everybody get into the talk? No. But that's that's your little part of life. That's what it is. That's your sports bar. That's a Wednesday afternoon in an LCS is watching your favorite sports team at the local bar where some people like one team and some people like the other team, and you all talk shit.
So here's the thing. We're not taking her as her saying that she feels this way. This is what she's saying.
Correct.
Yeah, this is what she doesn't feel this way. She's saying that
this is who she sees.
The people that run comics feel this way. Okay, the people that in DC and the people who are writing comics for the big two. This is how they feel. This is what she's saying. And I see Justin Shannon and a couple other people are like, who is she and why do we care? So what Mark said is basically he says Valerie's a former editor at DC. That's a reason why we should care, right? She's also a female, and that's a big. It's whether we like to believe it or not. That's a big topic in this whole thing. It's a huge topic. It has become almost like the secondary topic, which is unreal where this has gone in the last week. So, and then she says on here, which is very interesting, she says, I don't have a horse to run in this whole debate. I have nothing to sell you, no comics, no pitches, not anymore. I'm just telling you this because it's the way it is. And honestly, these people may succeed in seeing the demise of the direct market. And if you point blank ask them about it, they will be the first to tell you that nothing would give them more joy. Even though the heart of what made this comic book lore, canon, mythology so rich and vast in the 70s and 80s was linked with the fan comic book shop matrix, a place where fans shared ideas, met other fans in person, and then took that energy and magic to the conventions. And then the local comic store has been, especially in many small towns, working class areas, etc. This traditional hub for the young people who never had inherent interest in fantasy art or literature to discover these characters for the first time and build little communities of fans around their own. But what do I know? Why even speak? I've only been watching this shit go on, sometimes in the most personal, direct way possible, talking at length to some of the comic book industry peeps themselves for over 20 years. But I'm not a fancy fan. I'm not an elegant comics fan or pro or what have you. I come from a very working class background, went to a city college, and have spent a great deal of my life since early childhood going to the local comic book store to purchase the adventures of heroes that shaped my life. Fucking A, man. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? I don't know how anybody can say anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm with it. And for my yelling, I was yelling at the picture. I was yelling at the people with she was painting the picture for me in my head.
No. Oh, I know. I'm talking about the people like in the chat because I think maybe some of the people in chat didn't understand it because I didn't get it. You know what, dude? I'm super stoked right now just because it's so good to see Redhood. Today. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Bryan?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling a lot better, that's for sure.
Yeah, you sound a lot better too.
Yeah. I feel you, dude. I was super sick the last week and a half, dude. It's been shitty, so I feel your pain.
Hey, I went and saw an early sneak preview of the Iron Claw, bro.
It was good.
That movie will shake your ass up, bro.
Really?
That movie was fucking awesome, dude. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I thought it was going to... I saw Rotten Tomatoes and bro, that movie was fucking amazing, dude. Like, amazing.
I'm seeing Wonka tomorrow.
90%.
I heard that one was pretty good. Yeah.
90%.
Oh shit, it's at 90. I didn't even think it was at 90. I knew it was up there, but
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You haven't seen this yet? Oh,
the Von Erich movie?
You remember the Von Erichs, the wrestler?
Oh, that's the Von Erich movie? Oh, never mind. I just know what it's called.
Okay. Did you see it, but you've seen it?
Yeah, I saw it tonight.
Oh, dude.
Dude, it's amazing, dude. Like that movie is going to be like everybody's going to go check it out.
How did the dude who plays his dad do?
Dude, man, that guy was a fucking dickhead, man. And played and everybody said that was Fritz Von Erich. He pushed his kids, and You know, it wasn't a lovey-dovey family. The brothers loved each other, but they didn't get that love from their dad. Their dad just kept on pushing them to, like, if you do this and this, you can win the world title. And best part of the movie, like I felt like, was when Ric Flair came in there, and it was pretty electric.
Yeah, dude, I'm
So-
looking forward to it. Hell yeah, that's dope. Have you been seeing all this stuff crazy that's been going on, Hood?
So I saw the thumbnail.
That's all we
with,
talked about so far. Just
Yeah, Mark Miller.
for an hour and something. Yeah.
yeah, so I know Millar started this podcast, and he had
Glenn.
the guy from last week. He had him on his pod, and I watched that. I don't know what's been going on. People are just like fighting back, or what?
Oh, bro, they went after Donnie Cates like people went after Donnie Cates so hard that Donnie Cates just like put his phone down and walked away. He's like that Homer meme. He was like, I ain't gonna do shit.
Disappearing to the bush.
Yeah.
Oh,
Donnie
wow.
Cates is like,
I heard he left Texas. You didn't hear that? No, I'm just joking. I don't know. I have no idea.
He left Texas. Man,
No, I don't know.
he left comics, is what he did. Motherfucker.
Well, when you live in Austin, like Austin's like this little island that's like right above Texas, like it barely counts.
You know, when you're driving to Austin, there's so many signs that say "Please don't move here." Right? It's like there's already so many people. What the fuck is this? Is he talking?
Yeah. Somebody said the other day, they're like, well, Joe Rogan, he loves it there because he went from like a really bad city to just a bad city.
What did Donnie Cates say?
I don't
Was that
know.
actual? Like, did he?
Yeah, I think if he responded, I didn't know.
Or is that just a picture? It says after attacking comic shop owner, Marvel Comics writer. What he said? Embraces Satan. Is that what it said?
Tim Seeley's a badass. He reposted Mark's shit there.
Oh, now he's sucking his dick.
I guess he deleted all of his shit, all of the posts, and just walked away from it. I was like, yeah,
Who did Donnie?
yeah,
What all those questions he asked? and stuff?
yeah.
No, but I mean, did he leave up all the Q&A? Yeah, he did. That's how long ago that was. That was a week ago. He didn't. Wait, that's got to be a joke, right? Praising Satan.
That's what I'm looking for.
Dude, yeah. I mean, come on.
I can't find anything on him, dude.
Shop owners might worship Satan. Nobody cares. Tell us what good comics are.
It's like, have you heard my band? Satan?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if he honestly if Donnie responded, I didn't see it, so I don't know. I don't know if he had a response or not. The only response he had was the one about selling hammers,
Yeah,
which is kind of a whatever.
I think he got rid of that, bro.
Well,
The hammers post.
I mean,
I'm
I
looking.
don't know why he deleted that one.
but I mean, we've talked about it before too. Like, if he posted for
Oh, here
any
we
amount
go.
of time, someone's
Donnie,
gonna
come
screenshot
back
it.
and write. That's what we're talking about. We need you, bro.
Yeah, he
Just
did. He did
just
delete
quit,
him.
Just
See,
quick on the Stephen King route when you're closing out fucking runs.
see, like
Oh,
he,
so
he did delete him, but then
I
he
see
said
trending in technology is artistic nudity. Why don't we just cancel it? Just
somebody
click on
said to him. Somebody said to him. So he deleted his post, and it looks like I don't know. This guy says, "I do like it when the hardware store owner tells me which hammers are garbage quality," and then he responded to this guy. I guess is that what happened here? Who the fuck? He's a guy currently in car accident. Like one guy says, "Who the f is Donnie Cates anyway? Venom is 2000 is so 2000 and late." And this guy says he's a guy
Brady.
currently in between car accident binges. And
Dude,
Donnie
Hood,
Cates,
come on, man. You're not fooling anybody at that fake
I
ass
know.
fucking account, dude.
And Donnie Cates goes, "Wow, man, what a horrible thing to say to someone you've never even met. You believe whatever you want, but I would never pray that you go through what I've been through. I wouldn't wish it on anyone's." Didn't he talk shit about fucking that Glenn guy, kinda, and he's never met him? Has
No,
he
all he
never
said
met him?
was he had Cates didn't really say shit. He said
Yeah,
that
he didn't.
all I know
really.
is he had that one comment said, "Hey, I hate it when you go
a
into
store
go into a
hammer.
hardware store and hate on hammers." So you go in a hardware store to get a hammer, and the guy that runs the store hates hammers.
Twitter is
He just
pretty.
probably didn't pay that much. Honestly, Donnie didn't listen to it.
Right.
Dude.
Donnie got a soundbite
Yeah, just like
and
every-
then
got the
thought
same
he
soundbite
was
everybody else got, dude.
defending. He thought he was defending his comic writer clan,
Yeah.
and really took that out of context. And then because he was so stupid to take that out of context, like people on the internet don't like bullying, so he had everybody and their mother come after him, man.
Somebody said, "When I buy a hammer, my expectation is that it doesn't groom children into a suicide cult."
And send the guy a
Donnie
link.
Cates,
Send that guy a link, man.
Donnie Cates reposted it and said, "Well, that's enough for me tonight, friends. So good to chat with y'all. This site remains amazing. Until next time."
Hey, he does have himself listed as award-winning cult leader.
Yeah.
Come on. No, comics should be, dude. That's why they're called comics. I'm okay with comics being as basically as almost as fucked up as you want them to be. Let's try it.
Listen to this one. I don't know, Donnie. Maybe we should look at a hypothetical situation. When,
my God.
say, a junkie goes to buy coke and dope, you don't think they'd appreciate having someone tell them when their dealer is selling weak stepped-on shit? Holy fuck, dude. People are vicious, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm not paying for that check mark, man. But my account says me. I also don't tweet. I spend the most time on Twitter without tweeting than anyone's probably ever seen.
I know. It's hardcore, bro.
It's easy, but dude, he's in this situation.
Picture of a
This
beer
he's an
getting
easy.
a
I don't
fry.
like this either, man, because he's an easy target. You know
He
what I
is an
mean?
easy
He's been
target.
gone. He's been gone.
Drug
So his
problems.
issues have been
Divorce.
have been out there that he's been honest with. Recently divorced from another artist. Got into this car accident that only became news when he made it news. That literally was never. I mean, it just wasn't. In our heads, we think of he's famous to us in our cycle, in our comic book world that we do the show on, and all whatever else we do. You know, Donnie K, he's famous to us. He's not. So for us not to hear of someone like that, one of the most renowned writers, where anything he touches gold, fucking Carnage Mind Bomb is $100 book overnight. You know, so for us not to hear, it's like everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" But people can be fucking mean on Twitter. It's like the meanest. It's one of the meanest places. It can also be one of the most like positive places. So, and now it's an honest place.
Twitter's the place you can tell kids that Santa isn't real with no repercussions.
Thanks to Zuck. Yeah, pretty much, dude. Oh, well, in all honesty, I think the biggest
Santa or Satan?
Yeah. I think, dude, it sounds like video game lobbies are the worst place in the world.
See, people were giving me shit when I was saying that he was fucking lying about getting in a car accident. And then you see the venom that is being spewed by these guys on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Quick, everybody out there.
Took it easy on
they're all fake, dude. You get your camera literally right there. Like people can like find your phone number probably.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
Like you're a human. Your face is being shown on everything that you said. not Odinson's fucking son or Thor's hammer
Oh, it is done, yeah.
or or the Satan fucker or whatever. I have.
Yeah, I apologize, you guys. There's something going on with my upload speed tonight. It is complete shit. Usually I'm at like 60 meg upload speed, and right now it's at 4. And I don't know why.
Oh.
I'm going to test it again real quick, and if it's rocking, I'll change my OBS settings. But I got to have the OBS settings like shit just to even put anything out tonight. I apologize. I
You
can't
might have to
figure it
clean that
out.
fiber. Might have to clean your fiber.
Yeah.
You know, you need to take this pretty serious, Brian, and like, you know, if you want to be
I
a
know,
podcaster,
bro.
you know.
I know, dude. I need to see if I can get AT&T fiber. Dino came on the other night, and I was having problems, and he goes, "Oh, let me check mine," and he was 1,000 down and 1,000 up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
try shaking you? Shaking what?
Oh nope, I'm only at 10 up right now. So it was at 4, but I'm at 10 right now, so that's good. Yeah, put the stream in 180p as a throwback to the early aughts. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, don't change it; it will crash. Yeah, I know.
Hey, Brian, looks like you guys have a quarterback, man. You got a DeVito, man.
Yeah, did you see his agent with him out there too?
Yeah.
He's got Joe Pesci from my cousin Vinny as his agent. Which is
Oh,
pretty
speaking of
funny.
quarterbacks, did y'all talk about Brady?
Yeah, man, that was actually pretty nuts.
What happened?
They pulled the superfractor already.
Oh, the baseball Expos card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so I didn't know back in 2014 in 5-star they were supposed to have a Tom Brady card already, like
Yeah.
Topps was. But it was a redemption and it never got sent out.
Wow.
But it was like there was like 4 or 5 other quarterbacks too that were a part of
Kyler
that.
Murray, I think, was not in 2014, but Kyler Murray should have had a baseball card. So here we go. This is the gold limited to 50, but look how nice they look, man. They got that old school 98. Is it 98 or 97 design? I can't remember. This sold for $4,300, man.
How
And
is
it
new?
just
Oh,
came out.
Well, the auto though, the 12 out of 50, he wrote that inscription where if baseball doesn't work out, there's always football, and
'Cause
then he
that's
signed
his-
his name.
Yeah, because that's his number.
Yeah, so it's a $500,000 bounty for that specific card with that inscription.
Yeah.
But the product's expensive though.
Dude, it's $550 for a hobby box.
I thought that was a jumbo though.
No, a
Like-
hobby. It is a jumbo. It's a hobby jumbo, but there's super
Yeah.
jumbos.
Right.
So that's how draft used to be. Like, what? $550 for a jumbo box is ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Like, because I don't even think their flagship, like top Series 1 is even that cost.
That's crazy, dude. So they pulled the superfractor. Look at this.
Here's my pitch to you. Come on down to Brady Auto and catch some major league
I saw this.
savings. Now sing that Thomas promise.
Behind every wheel is a great deal, Tom Brady.
Exactly.
I caught a lot of Expos fastballs, but now, here's my pitch to you. Come on down to Brady Auto and catch some major league savings.
So,
Dude, I've been telling people 20 years he's a catcher.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my God, bro. That was pretty good. Here's the superfractor.
It was a fumble. Fuck this guy.
see they did confirm it on their Instagram right here.
Triple
Obviously, that
Diamond
is a
Sports.
huge hit for the hobby.
One of one.
Big card that was pulled on release day.
Would you rather have the 1-of-1 or the number 12?
1-of-1.
I'd rather have the number 12 because this is a better 1-of-1.
The jersey number match and inscription.
And the
all that.
autograph, yep.
Yeah.
Jersey number and auto and the inscription. The only one that he puts that inscription on.
Yeah.
He put an inscription on all the number 12s, right? In the 25, the 50.
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah,
Okay.
he put inscriptions on a bunch of them. Yeah.
I just know that specific 12 out of 50 someone really wants or whatever for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of sports cards collectors like that gold color for their cards. It doesn't matter what the number in. It could be out of 10, it could be out of 50. Like, people pay a premium for gold.
Wow. Look at how beautiful that is, dude. So cool. What a great idea. And that's not even talking about the real good cards in the set. You know, you got the first and third pick, right? Is what's his name in the set? Max. What's the kid's name? The number 4 pick?
On for what this year?
Max. I can't remember his name. Max something. Yeah. Three Rivers said, "Did you see the Pokemon fake break? Blake Martinez is now playing for the Steelers." No, I didn't see that. Interesting.
I thought he was on the practice squad. I know he.
I want
tried
that
it.
card.
He wasn't bad. Like he probably just needed a year off, dude. And he had all that shit to sell because he got into it early.
I want that Ricky Vaughn card, man.
Yep, bad.
Yeah, I'll take that, dude, for sure.
You could put it with the Joe Boo, bro.
I know.
Are you talking about Max Clark?
Yeah, Max Clark.
Yeah. So some of the big names includes Paul Skenes.
Yeah, Skeens from he's the
Skeens.
number 1 pick. That pitcher.
Wyatt Langford.
The number 2 pick, right? No.
Jacob Wilson, Tommy Troy, and Jacob Gonzalez.
Okay, good. So Max is going to be in Bowman. That's good. He's the young kid out of high school. See, there's the other one.
2023 Bowman Draft is here. Bowman Tom Brady insert featuring Brady's first baseball card. Look.
See?
Oh, okay. So he would only have done it on the
Orange and
25.
gold. Yeah. And the other one he says, allow, it's French. He wrote something in French.
Oh, because the Expo's there.
Montreal.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lefteros and Black Crown Comics. Some Montreal, some French Canadians.
But when it's funny when you're chatting with Canadians. Like, I'll specifically use newbie in this example, and when he says like "a," and then I'm kind of yes,
drink,
right?
Yeah, you kind
How
of
much that sell for?
You give somebody a fake high five.
Yeah,
you're like, fuck yeah, score.
It's like, yes, he said it naturally in his own habitat without me having to ask.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tom Brady says Lawrence Taylor was the only player Bill Belichick liked. Fucking beast. The only player he ever liked was the best defensive player to ever play the game and got fucked up on cocaine right before every game. It's fucking freebase that shit. Just as cool as Gerald Strawberry fucking chicks in the fucking clubhouse.
Bought 15-year-olds in hotel rooms. Good.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
He knew he was 53.
He didn't know she was 15 though. Disavow. I disavow. That's a joke. I disavow. There is a disclaimer on the show.
Shame on you, McClay.
If you don't, jokes are funny, people.
We're allowed to laugh at that.
I laugh at everything. Fuck it.
So you heard the rumor about Belichick, right?
Yeah, they're gonna trade him to San Diego or some bullshit.
No, he's going to end up in Washington
Really?
because he's from that area. His
should go
dad
back to the
coached in
Giants.
Annapolis.
Oh, dude, I don't believe too many messages at this point of the season from much.
I believe that he's going to end up in Washington.
When he gives up the keys, he gives up the keys. He's got the keys.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi. He's from this area. He's about an hour away from here. He played at Victoria High.
Look how he shows respect to Belichick. Shake that man's hand. You don't give him a high five. Yeah, don't smoke crack.
Snort it instead, right?
Yep. Put it on a bowl. It's called Primo.
Yeah. A little
It'll
Cocoa
smell
Puff.
like shit. Yeah.
Cocoa.
Primos and Cocoa Puffs.
Fuck those. Stink.
Well, it makes weed more bearable. For
The
me,
best
but-
documentary that you've got to
smells
see
better.
is the 1995 Cleveland Browns, the ESPN 30 for 30. It's the 1995 Cleveland Browns, and it talks about when Belichick first started with the Browns, and of course the D coordinator was Nick Saban, and just all the coaches that team spawned, and it was pretty amazing.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
Came out
He's a
of
great coach.
Belichick and
man.
Saban's partnership in Cleveland, including a simple three-word philosophy that rings loudly to this day.
Do your job. All right, don't try to make too much out of it. Just do your job. Do your job. Let's go. Fellas, it's just about doing our job. Just cover your man. Do what you're supposed to do. We're trying to make too many plays, and we're not doing what we're supposed to do.
Do your job is a core belief within the Belichickian program.
Belichickian. Belichickian. Sounds like some fucking Soviet steroid farm that they were giving all their hockey players.
So, in this great book here, Spygate.
What is that? That looks interesting. Did you have you?
Oh,
have you
it's
read
a
that?
great book. There's a chapter in here about Ernie Adams, and he carries a position that nobody else in the NFL carries, and all he does is study game film. And so they studied a pick play, right? That Seattle ran one time, right? And they it's kind of funny. Either football is fixed, or they schemed. Ernie Adams picked that play, and he said, "You know what? They're going to run this play because of the sequencing of play calling. Like they ran this play 2 plays before this last pick play or some shit like that." And of course, Russell Wilson throws the pick in the end zone because of who was the DB. He was able to break through when they tried to pick him, and that's how he got the pick, the interception. But Ernie Adams, he's like one of these savants that just remembers things, and he doesn't go anywhere without. I mean, Belichick doesn't go anywhere without it. It's almost like that guy from The Water Boy, where that coach has that folder of all these plays, and the bully coach takes the folder and he says, "Nah, man, you just stay where you're at. And so like he got all the notoriety and everything. But yeah, it's a chapter on Ernie Adams that's pretty interesting, and all the statistical anomalies that the Patriots have and their ability to out scheme everybody.
Hey, what did you guys think of? Remember the John Cassaday cover that we were talking about the other week? Did you see that hood?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, dude! What X-Force number is that? The new one that's out.
Oh, are you talking about that the one with the beast cover in the back?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on.
It's 48, I think.
Okay, you're gonna shit, bro.
You're talking about the 1 in 100, right?
Yes. The worst cover ever, bro. All right, look at this. This is the John Cassaday variant for X-Force, the new X-Force.
That's the 1 in 100, like you said, right? Not iconic, yeah.
What?
It's a joke, right? Because isn't it a it's a, what do you call it? It's an homage to some other shitty book. There's no other way for him to be doing that.
I don't think it's a joke, bro.
Horrible, bro.
No, it's a fucking joke.
You think
like
so? I hope
it
so.
doesn't. No, there's something else like that.
Oh,
I'm telling you. Somebody put it. They can't. There's no reasonable human at Marvel that would throw that in for a fucking 1 in 100.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know.
So a lot of other artists out there are redrawing it for him and putting up their versions.
Oh, that's awesome.
There was an equally terrible one that looked the same. I'm telling you, there's our Discord's too much, dude. But not too much. It's too much for me to go through to be able to find it. You know what I mean? I don't even know
Yeah.
what Discord was.
No, yeah. There's too many messages within even a day. Like, yeah, where it's like in any given day, right? You could look at like 200 messages or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
And that's just one channel.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. I can't. I mean, I'm in there when I can. Like, of course, I love that it exists.
Yeah.
And I love that they all exist. Like, I love that it's information. I love the people in it. But I mean, like, for me to read all the messages, it's impossible. Yeah, I don't know what that's an homage to. Anyway, it's retarded.
I think it's real, bro.
No, it's real. It's coming out. It's the cover, but it's because something else. It's because something else happened.
All right, let's go to Reddit.
Derek, just don't look up the actual price of what that Liefeld original art sold for. I think it sold for more than
120.
Yeah, it sold for 6 figures. I know that.
I'm shocked Cassaday put this out. His work is usually top notch. I'm so confused. This looks like an unfinished sketch that Marvel had an intern color so they could have an extra variant cover. That's excellent.
Someone did a parody cover with a Cookie Monster and another Muppet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
People are going to be doing homages to this for the whole year.
It's just so.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how many are actually going to get published? I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question because then it's going to happen for like 6 months.
So this is how does the guy put out this? Well, this isn't that great either. Holy shit. Like that, what is up with Cap's face? That isn't normal, John. Like, this isn't the guy who did Planetary, right? And Astonishing X-Men. Look, that's not good.
That's terrible. It's legitimately horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his deal?
He's probably smoking the same shit as dying cakes, bro.
One of my favorite subs. It should be an r/shitty tattoos. Dude. Oh my god, bro.
You remember when that person restored that painting in Italy or whatever?
Yeah.
The face. Yeah, it kind of reminds me.
The Jesus
His faces
face,
remind
yeah.
me. Yeah.
So the only thing that I think it could be is like he's going, I'm just gonna put out the shittiest thing ever and see if they'll put it out. You know what I mean? Like it's the only thing I could think that he'd be like maybe he feels the same as Mark Millar feels and everybody else, and he's like, comics are so bad, and I'm gonna prove it right here. The editors are gonna let this thing get through. 10 years ago, no editor in the world is going to let that get through, right? Am I wrong about that? Unless you're like Frank Miller. That's the only way. Like, if you saw this and you didn't know Cassidy did it, you would say that this is a Frank Miller.
Honestly, like, when I first saw just the image, I was going to ask, is this the next Frank Miller cover that he just recently did? Or yeah.
You would totally say Frank Miller.
Yeah. But do you think people just kind of associate that now, like with an old school artist or whatever, and then what we've seen recently? Is it that far fetched to think this was a Miller?
No.
It's that bad.
Josh 100% would say Miller. Would have said Miller. Yeah.
Put it on a different picture, Brian. I'm starting to get depressed, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That's the one in 25. Yeah. Look at the one in 25.
Dude, it's just bumming me out, bro. Oh my god, dude. What the fuck is that? Dude?
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Bro, I think I'm gonna start drawing again.
I know. Look at this shit, bro.
It's been 30 years, but I think it's time.
You're like, I feel like I have a chance of getting published at this point in time and juncture.
Pretty sure I do.
I apologize if I ever criticized anything about Adam Hughes' art.
Yeah, BigLegg Kickstarter coming soon, dude.
Yeah, man. Dude, I heard some of the funniest stories I've ever heard over the last week. I heard a story about... Do you remember back in the day when Greg Land got caught copying? It was David Mack. I think it was David Mack.
It was David Mack.
That got caught copying all of Adam Hughes' stuff. Was it David Mack?
No, I think it was Greg Land.
No, I think it was David Mack.
I don't think it was either of them. I think I'd know if it was either of them.
Was it Matina?
I mean, it might be who we're thinking of.
I am 100%.
He was.
Right.
He was literally doing it. So
David Mack loves Adam Hughes. Look at all these panels. They're the exact same.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
David.
Yeah. Right?
You got some explaining to do.
Dude, he hasn't done that much internal in a long time.
Yeah, this is a while ago. I remember this. And I forgot about it, right? And I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about it, and I thought I love how you can go and watch most of your favorite art, not maybe your favorite artists, but you can go and watch a lot of artists out there do shows, do YouTube channels these days. Like David Finch has his own YouTube channel. Of course, all the guys over at Comic Artist Pros have their own stuff. There's so many people that are doing YouTube channels these days. So they go and they tell all these stories. And I got to tell one of the greatest stories. I got to show you guys one of the greatest stories that I've ever heard. But before I do it, I want to talk about one thing. Check this out. So you guys know how I love Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld tomorrow night is going to be on with Billy Tucci. So, do you guys remember the episode where I asked Billy Tucci what he thought, where I asked Billy Tucci and Brian Polito what he thought about the guy that was saying he came up with Deadpool? You guys remember that shit?
Yeah. Where the guy who came up with Deadpool, where it was like a year later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit cracked me up, man. Let me pull that up real quick. So tomorrow night, if you guys want to check it out, that's probably going to be a really, really good episode, worth watching. All right,
Wait, so Liefeld and that dude are going to be on the same podcast?
No, Liefeld, Billy Tucci is going to be interviewing Liefeld on his
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on his stuff. All right, hold on here. All right, check this out. Billy, you're a little outspoken also, on things. I'd love to hear what you think about the whole Deadpool claim, and what would you do if somebody came out and claimed your property?
Oh. I'd be immensely flattered, I got to tell you that. But yeah, I mean, the guy's a joke. He's just some asshole who wants to, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't think he was going to get the traction that he did. I think he just was want to like brag about something. Because again, as Brian was saying, where you been to the premieres, but where you been? Where's your contract? Where have you been with trying to sue them when the films took off and the character became one of the hottest characters in comics, say 10, 15 years ago. So he's just a dope, I think. Never heard of him. I'm sure I'll never hear him again. I already forgot his name.
Yep.
I saw that he came out, and did that, and then people just roasted the crap out of him. I think he said he created it with Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Stan Lee's in an interview saying, "I wish I created Deadpool." But he had said, so it's,
He also said he created the Starbucks logo, which was really funny too. So
well, there you have it.
Who, Rob did?
I mean, I think the Starbucks logo was probably created in the early '70s. So I don't know what he
Yeah.
Just another winner, another home run.
Yeah. So that'll be very interesting. Make sure you guys check that out. Remember that guy, dude? That story went away pretty damn quick. That guy is nowhere to be found anymore. That only lasted like a week. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, 15 minutes of fame, I guess, right?
Yeah, He was all over Facebook. Yeah, he was saying some weird shit. So I hope that they'll talk about it. But dude, Rob Liefeld's been great lately on anything that he's on. It's worth watching. Even his Whatnot
hundreds
sales.
hundreds of podcasts.
Yeah, he just needs a camera following him. I wish I would pay for that. I think I
Not
think
in the
I would pay
bathroom,
for that.
everywhere else.
Yeah, everywhere else. Yeah. I mean, unless he's willing to give us good fucking content, even in the shitter, then. So. Check out the Bogcast, where I read comics in the shitter. Yeah. All right. I think our maybe we're not as shitty as we were at the beginning of the podcast. That everything's not as shitty as it was.
You don't think?
That entire time, I thought it was my computer acting up.
Oh, bro, it was driving me crazy. All right, so this next thing that I'm going to play is one of the funniest things that I've ever heard. Have you guys heard the story? Do you remember X-Men 118 when it was during the Grant Morrison run, and Ethan Van Sciver had wrote the word sex on every page in the book? Do you guys remember that? No? Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, you guys are going to shit. Watch this.
Yeah, the whole thing with me, I remember this, I went to Marvel And I sent my Flash Iron Heights stuff over there. I faxed it over to Marvel. I said, look at my artwork. Do you have any, is there a job over there for me? And they came back in the X office. I think Joe Quesada said the X office is interested in you. And I said, wow, cool. So the X office called me up, and that was
Mark Powers and Pete Franco.
And Pete Franco. And they said, hey, we want to know what you want to do here. And I said, I want to do a Jean Grey story. They said, that's nice. We want you to do fill-ins for Frank Whiteley on Grant Morrison's new X-Men run. And I said, yeah, that sounds, wow, that sounds crazy. Like, that's a big, enormous gig. And I'm 24 years old, and I'm kind of, that's okay. We want you to do this. So they said, you're only going to have to do 2 issues out of the year, et cetera, et cetera. Frank Whiteley will do the other 10. That ballooned up to be 8 out of the 12 because Vince Deegan was very slow. And it was pretty much intolerable. I turned in the first issue of New X-Men. I'm turning in pages. And I've been working with Jeff Johns and other writers who were very receptive and very communicative, so we could have discussions about what I was doing. I'd never worked with someone as remote as Grant Morrison before who wouldn't talk to any of us.
So do you guys remember this run? This run was a big deal. This run had Phantom X, Stepford Cuckoos, Kid Quantum, right? Kid Omega.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead. No, wait, was she in this? Yeah, she was in that run. Yep.
Was Blink in this?
No, Zorn.
Oh no, yeah.
Was it Zorn? No, it was. I thought it was Zorn. Maybe it was Zorn. So a lot of great characters, right? So they call Van Sciver and they say they want him to do fill-ins for Quietly, and he had just started, like he said, and he was like, holy shit, this is a lot. So he goes over and he starts doing fill-ins for him, right? And all of a sudden he gets a call from the 2 editors for the X-Men editors for Marvel, and they say, hey, we want to meet up with you. We want to take you out to lunch. Because you've been doing such a good job, right? And so they took him out to lunch, and they were telling him, oh, you've done such a good job, and this and that, and they're like, we want to take you back to Marvel headquarters or whatever to show you an email from Grant, where Grant's talking about where he's going to take the the Cyclops story, right? So check this out.
Get it? And they're like, no, you need to sit down here in front of the computer. Hold on,
you're going to trip on this.
We need to show you this. They're typing over my shoulder, and I could see they were very insistent that I read this email, and I was like, okay. So they bring up this email. I'm sitting here, a 24-year-old kid, like sitting here at Marvel Comics with these guys who basically pull up this email, and it's like Grant Morrison for a paragraph going, yeah, look, Scott's going to start out this way, but then this is going to happen. He's going to end up on the other side of the rainbow. It's going to be just fine. Now, on to Ethan Van Sciver. This is now the 4th artist. The 4th or 3rd? Can't remember. I think he said 4th. 4th fill-in artist that you've saddled me with without my permission. I don't like his artwork. I don't know why you continue to do this to me.
They showed you this?
Yes.
This is what it said after they told you that he loved your stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
For an entire issue, I'd been working 2 months of like hard labor working on New X-Men 117. Could I get some guidance, anything, some help? Like, what's Grant saying? So these were your boys who got fired. Okay.
So the way that they figured to tell him what Grant was saying about him was to show him the letter where he could read it for himself. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine, like, if you got a call from your boss and, like, you're working on a new project with some other guy, and the other guy's, like, telling you you're doing a good job, but then he sends an email to your bosses saying, this guy's a dipshit, I don't want to fucking work with him, and your bosses say, hey, sit down and read this email. Where in the email he says, hey, this guy's a dipshit, I don't want you to work with him. So he said, fuck it. He goes, fuck these guys. These guys are assholes. Like, what are they doing that? I'm 23-year-old kid, So he goes, I'm going to write sex. I'm going to figure out how to draw the word sex on every page in the book. And I'm going to contact the colorists and the inkers and tell them about it so they don't, drown them out. right? And then he tipped off Wizard and said, "Hey, check out X-Men 118. Every page there's a thing that says sex in the thing."
That was wild shit, dude. It's kind of awesome, but it's like, how do you still get jobs? You know what I mean?
Are there samples?
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it, bro.
Like, I could probably.
Oh, dude, we gotta find them. We gotta find them, dude.
Oh man, I might have one.
I do. Take me a minute though.
Yeah. I have emails like that.
Really?
No. I don't have No, I'm reading a comment. It says Yeezee has emails like that about McClay.
Yeah. All right,
I
here
remember
we
reading
go.
a comment.
You ready? Tell me if you guys see it.
It's got to be subtle as shit, dude. I'd love to sit through it. Let's see. There's got to be a website that points them all out, though. Dude, I'm not going to be able to see it on your screen.
None of us are, right?
It could be in the words.
Oh, right here. It's got to be in this, right?
What?
In the smoke, maybe? Yeah, right here. S-E. There's an S and an E right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I see it.
Oh, that's good, dude. I love it.
I'm going to see if we can find it. Watch. New X-Men number 118 SEX panels. Here we go. Boom. Here we fucking go. Right there. He writes it right here. Look at that. SEX.
Oh, there it is.
In the trees.
Yeah.
SEX. I don't know where it is over here. SEX right there. That's really obvious. Yeah, see? Right there. And there's the X.
Yeah.
Look in her hair, too. SEX. Right here. Look at that one, dude. Look how obvious that is. Every fucking page, dude. Look at that one.
That's good shit, dude. I do love it.
Look at that one.
This dude's always been low on fucks, hasn't he?
In the brain. Oh, bro, that's funny, dude. That's funny. There's other books that they did that. Alex Ross did that on his first series, on the cover of Terminator. What was it? Terminator Burning Earth number 3 or whatever. What else? There was another one where they did that a lot. Another one said Bob Harris is an asshole, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, we should start finding lists of hidden messages in comics. Man,
yeah, seriously, dude.
Eventually, do a segment on it, dude.
Yeah,
Add it to the list of needed segments.
So this is in the Universe X Spider-Man. This is if you read this, like it says, like Bob Harris is an asshole right here in the bookcase.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah. It says, let's see here. What the fuck is that? Get the fuck out of here. Bob Harris, good riddance to bad rubbish. That's what it says. Bob Harris, ha ha ha, he's gone. Good riddance to bad rubbish. He was a nasty son of a bitch. That's what it says. And then look at this one. This one says Jim Shooter. What does that one say? Far more mean-spirited than the following shot at former EIC. Jim Shooter's evil. That's what it says. Jim Shooter evil on that one. See, that's crazy. There's a lot of these out there, bro.
For sure.
There's a ton of them. That's probably a good idea to find all those. Chat and anybody watching this, if you guys know of any that maybe aren't known, some of the littler ones, smaller ones. I know this is a very funny one. The Little Mermaid VHS cover, that is a funny one. But if you guys know of any like things inside comics like that, let us know. There's a ton of them out there, but I'm sure we don't think of a lot.
There's a Billy Ripken fuckface one.
Yep. Fucking A. You are fucking A right, bro. I got did you see hold on here. Oh boy. Hood, I gotta talk to you about I'm sending some books your way. Dude. This right here.
He's like, I'm not
gonna
taking
trip.
any new submissions right now.
Yeah, you're gonna trip when you see the books I'm sending you. Did you check this out at all, Leg? This Mondo Skeletor? Did you look into this?
I did. I found that. What was that probably this morning?
Yeah.
And that goes on sale supposedly Friday at noon. 250. 235 limited to 1,000. Got to be a Mondo. I gotta assume that's gonna fucking sell fast. That's gorgeous. Is it on the Mondo site? Let me see if I can find it for you.
Looks like Thanos, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks Disco Skeletor, dude. It just looks fucking badass. They call it Disco Skeletor, right? It's literally badass, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool as shit.
The mosaic.
I'll be right back.
On the box.
Yeah. Might have to use Google for this one. Let's see how it goes.
Man, I wish Nate was on because, like, I know he follows a lot of the Mondo stuff, or was for a while, or even I know Tony does as well, or he was for a while with the different posters.
Yeah, for sure. That was on. Yeah, I don't know where. Oh fuck! Here we go.
You know, like I was eating at Jason's Deli the other day, and when people are walking by, when you're sitting down, you're eating, like I can't stand it when people look at my food. Does that make me fucking crazy? Like they look at me, and then they look at my food, right? And they look down on my food. Like, what the fuck are you looking at? I feel like I'm like they should ask permission. You know what I mean? It just feels
maybe they saw how much you were enjoying your food, and so they had to see what you were eating.
I guess, man, but I just hate that, dude. You know, it's like, don't look at my fucking food, man.
Well, at least it's not someone like hovering over it, like breathing on your food.
but you know what I mean? I just fucking hate that, dude. Like, it just weirds me out.
It doesn't. I don't think
it's always chunky fat ladies that do that shit that just creep me out, dude. Like, I hate to be an asshole, dude, but I can't stand that shit, dude. It's like, don't look at my fucking food, man. You ever see that, Brian? Like when you're sitting down eating food, Brian, and people are walking by and they look down, they look at you, and then they look and see what you're eating. I fucking can't stand that shit, dude. So now I get extra napkins, and so when I see their eyes kind of go down, like I cover my food. You know what I mean?
Check this shit out.
Fuck off.
You guys know what this is? That's a Frazetta cover.
Frazetta?
Yep. So
that's cool.
That's heading out. That's a big boy, right?
Yeah.
That's a big boy. Look how nice it is. There it is.
Oh wow.
How's the cover on it? Is it detached?
That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that it's getting close, but not yet type deal.
So this, where'd you get that?
You didn't. You don't know.
A
You didn't know
puncher
I had.
team?
You didn't know I had this.
No. Of all fucking books, who the fuck did you get that?
Yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right. I'll trade you, dude. I got like something.
Did you
I had
see
a bunch
this
of She-Ra,
though?
I had a bunch of She-Ra. Yeah, I saw that.
Look how nice
cool.
that fucker is, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's no punch 15.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
You want me to send you my PO box? You still have it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, the previews.
Yeah, the previews is tough.
Does it have the what is it, the order form in the middle? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I gotta check. I got 3 of these that I'm sending you. Can you press these? Do you think you can breathe some life into these? So I want to get these graded too. I gotta get these fucking things done. I got a shit ton of books I'm sending to all my pressing buddies. So Sean, you're getting some of these. You're gonna be getting some too coming soon.
You got it.
Oh, the Adam Hughes 1/100. I love that cover.
Yeah, Sean gets all the easy ones, dude. Like all the moderns, bro.
Yeah, give me your modern. Dude. Give us all the old shit. Walking Dead one's not that easy.
Oh, look at that, you fucker! You've got that, dude.
Yeah.
How much you want for it, bro?
Take a look at it and you tell me what you think it'll grade.
What, right now?
No, when you get it. I don't even know if I should send these in. Are these? How much do you think these sell for nowadays? Probably not that much. In high
Aaron?
grade.
Less.
Yeah, like whatever you pay for them,
Aaron
you're
would
probably
know.
lucky to. Yeah, you'd probably be lucky to get that back. But I mean, who knows if they ever announced like something official, right? Or
wasn't it already official?
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I don't even keep up with it. I mean, I just read it.
Dude, I've been waiting for this book, and I've been waiting for a couple other things, but I got. Do any of you guys got any pickups?
Oh, I actually do.
Dude,
All right, 'cause-
they're light, but I do.
All right, I'm gonna go grab the rest of the things that I gotta show you guys. So, who wants to start?
I'll go for it.
Okay, and then we'll do a market report after the pickups. All right.
So I just got back from eBay authentication. It's a Ja Morant Spectra.
Nice.
1 of 1.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like his cards were definitely on the dip. He starts playing again on probably the 19th. Like 6 more days. I still think there's plenty of NBA season left to see like, if you really can like bring something to the team, right?
Yeah.
But I also had bought his RPA. Like, I don't know if I showed this yet or not.
No, that's cool
nice.
shit.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, so this is a Spectra. I don't think I have any autos, so this is my first auto for him. So I was like, all right, might as well buy all this before he starts playing again, and if it goes back up as its popularity. I figured it would since the shoes are selling good, but I mean that could just be shoe heads too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any comics around me? Nothing opened. I'll have that ready for Saturday.
So eBay, that's when they authenticate whatever the fuck you bought. That's how it looks.
Yeah. So they used to have this like own separate outside case where it was in a box like that, but now they just have all in one box packaging. And
Okay.
what they do is they send it to like one of the grading or someone that works for one of the grading companies they're used to, I would assume. They send it to like CGC, SGC, PSA, BGS. Just like I'm assuming a grader to look at it to see if it's authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
I also bought this Tatis refractor for really cheap. It's a PSA 9. I got it for like $30. I was like, that's cheaper than grading.
Yeah, for sure. Nice.
Yeah. That's all I have. I guess. Oh, my phone cracked. How about that? My phone cracked.
Oh man, that fucking sucks.
But then work gave me a temporary hold for one.
Well, that's good.
Until I get a new one.
Is it going to be expensive, or you just have to redo the screen, or what?
I'm gonna have to get a new phone. So
whole new phone.
Yeah, it busted.
Screen?
Yeah, like so I was on top of some scaffolding and it fell on my pocket and hit the ground.
Oh, so it's fucked up the inside. So
yeah, so it's like the top. It's like top of the screen and stuff like that. Like, see how the three's like messed up? It's not even the full 3 while the screen's on. Yeah.
Hey, I forgot. I got 2 more pickups in the living room. So Hood, if you got something, go. Or
I got something. Hood, you got something?
Yeah, but I have to go to the other room to get it.
All right, go grab it. If you want, you don't have to. I got something to show you guys. So these also came with one of those big books the other day. These came fucking quick. That's what she said. Where are you, Hood? Oh, he was gone. That's why.
Yeah, they both went to go grab a little more, right?
Okay. Uh-oh, I'm gonna hate my life. Oh, shit. Peanuts.
Oh, the packing peanuts.
All right.
Joe's back.
All right, so my buddy bought a collection, and I've been like picking up some a little bit at a time. So let's see. I picked up a Lando 65 back. Yeah. Emperor. Yeah, unpunched. So
nice.
Yeah, so I picked that up. The bubble is a little yellowing, but that's because of they used a different glue or whatever for Return of the Jedi cards. Picked up this Princess Leia unpunched.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just hate the yellowing on those Jedi.
Yeah. Picked up a Bush unpunched.
Nice.
77 back.
Was the yellowing like really common then on that?
Yeah.
Since they use a different type of glue. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really you can do about that, right?
Gamorrean guard. Look at that fucking pig motherfucker, bro.
Wow.
Unpunched. And then I need to order some fucking cases for these. Fucking feel like a savage holding them here. I got AT-AT driver unpunched. Look at that fucker.
That's
Check that out, Brian.
That is beautiful, dude.
That's
Clear.
nice.
Unpunched, and then, bro, this is one of my favorites, dude. Look at this. Look at that, bro.
Oh wow, dude.
Wow.
Beautiful. Unpunched too.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I picked up. I picked up a Vader 65 back also, unpunched. But I had shown that a couple of weeks back, so I didn't. And then I picked up a J. Scott Campbell art print. I took it to a professional framer today, and it'll be done after Christmas. So that'll be nice. So
Not bad, dude. So I bought an order of books. So I got The 10th Muse. This is Mark Brooks' first
oh yeah, we
cover.
talked about that.
Well, it's his first. This is his first cover. But people also say that this is the first cover. So I got that. But then people also say that this is the first cover. So I got that. And we're gonna fix the we're gonna end the date on this book. I'm opening up the inside and I'm looking at what it says. It says Volume 1, Number 1, first printing 2002, August 2002, not 2014. So came out in August 2002, like we thought. How about the same book, same year, early Scotty Young? Look at how bad that is. That's terrible.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's cool,
but
dude.
it looks more like Ramos.
Mel?
Yeah.
I had someone shoot me a link.
Yes, you
for that
did.
as well.
And I hope you got some. Check this out.
Oh, that's fucking cool. I've never seen that.
Oh, who did that?
So, oh wait, this is House of Horror, Jason. This is, I'm not sure who did it. Might be Polito, maybe, I don't know. But I also got the numbered to 1100 red foil.
Wow. So is that from like the era of that movie?
Yeah, I think so. It says it's from Avatar 2003. All right, check these out, dude. I was so stoked about these.
Oh, those are cool. The Cross covers, yeah.
Nice.
Those are super cool. Cross was a fucking crazy read, dude.
Another crossed. Check this out. This is why I showed you the books I showed you earlier.
Oh, that's sick.
How were those web exclusives? Do they have those in the stores? I don't remember.
Was this that Kickstarter?
I don't know if it's a Kickstarter, but you're gonna shit at the next one. These are tough to find too, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
So I got 3 of those. Here's another one of these. This is the silver foil.
What company made those?
Avatar.
Okay. So just all Avatar hookups?
Yeah. And that's it. So
Oh, fucking cool.
yeah, I'm hoping that condition is good on them. I think they are, Sean. So that's good information. Yeah, that was pretty sweet, dude. I was pretty stoked about that. So first pickups for me in a long time, and it's pretty dope. All right, you're up, Sean.
All right, let's go. I'll go through the. So these are some of the better pickups from. Well, cheap pickups. They don't give a shit, and then they get a little better as they go. But from, I might have showed some of these on the flip side. The LA Comic Con. So I went. There's a crazy like $3 booth. So these are $3 for some reason. So Birds of Prey one, great book, $3. Coverless Beatles #1.
Wow.
Oh,
that's like
nice.
$400 or $500 book with the cover on it. And so I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go. Just to flip through the fucking thing for $3. How are you gonna? Whatever. We're gonna go. A comics interview 44. This is about a $40-$50 book, $3 bin. All right, great. Still, it's the least selling one, but Thanos 13, still the first Cosmic Ghost Rider for $3. Leaving it behind. Why is the new Stephanie Hans variant in the $3 bin? I don't know. But I sold 9.8 for like 70. Whatever will go. This was again. We're gonna go first solo Power Girl $3 bin. All right, cool. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna go with what's her name? First, what's her name? Nova. New X-Men, but that's a newsstand.
That's such a great book, dude.
Sick.
That's
Yeah,
the
so
first
you're
issue.
gonna Cassandra Nova, right? There you go.
Yeah, first.
So
first
$3, and I
Morrison,
picked it,
Frank
and I'm
Riley.
all okay. And I'm like, I just start to look at the condition, kind of, even though I know I'm probably good for $3. I see the newsstand, and I'm all, oh, I don't have to worry about it. And then after we talked about it, I ain't leaving this in a $3 bin, dude.
No, hell no.
No Bo Jackson sports personalities, 3D lips. I guess I have no idea what's going on
Dude,
there, dude.
those lips look like sliced noodles from Return of the Jedi, dude. With the
Dude.
little lips sitting
Yeah.
on the mic.
Microphone.
Yeah. Or yeah. Okay.
He has the original AI picture.
Yeah.
Another guy always sells really good half off books. I found this in there. I said there's no price. He said $6. So I'm definitely gonna go first lock for $6. Found his bins for half off as well. Again, this is not the $3 guy. So sorry for the nudity, but we're gonna go when you find the first Zombie Tramp. Sitting in there, the nude version for fucking not much money. And then we know how hot these are right now.
Oh yeah.
So this guy's coming out. You don't find. I'm like, oh, this isn't a bin. Oh
yeah.
All right, cool. I'm glad there's bins like that still left these days. We were talking about we were talking about these the other day. The Gatorbait Comics Wolves vs. Vamps. Right.
Yep.
So
that's right. Yeah.
Here's #1, signed by Scott Blair.
Where'd you get that?
The Gatorade, little stash hole, and #2.
Oh,
both
you lucky
signed.
SOB.
That is cool, man.
Yeah, so I got these on there. They're really cool. After I read them, I'll sell them. But I found these. So these are.
She's wearing the cheetah or leopard, illegal
Yeah,
leopard.
there's no. Yeah, signed by Scott. So that was a good deal. From the Bottleneck Gallery. So I was Clutch sent me a link to these early, and so it's the lenticular. I think there's 2,000 of them. TMNT1.
Oh,
3D. So these are.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
I thought they were,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's better than you think. And they're the kind that come in the bag and board.
That's cool.
So this is the shitty bag. So it probably look better. I'm just not going to open it yet. To be honest with you, I'm probably going to not even look at the back and sub these because I think they're gorgeous. They're limited to 2,000. I think they're selling for about 125, 150 on eBay. And so I got I grabbed 3 of them, and I was like, man,
No,
it's
that's
like
a good.
It's like
scoop, man.
$100 for 3 of them, and I was like, God,
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
know. I haven't heard any hype on this thing. I don't know that much about Bottleneck Gallery, but I know a little bit about them, but I hadn't seen that much of their books. My favorite
is it
athlete.
Is it comic size or is it magazine like the originals?
It's comic sized.
Okay.
Which is, yeah, I know, so I don't have to sub it like as a mag or anything.
Yeah, that's even better, man.
Oh, way better. Yeah. I wanted to be honest with you. I wonder. You don't even know if people know those things sometimes. You know what I mean? And I saw him and I was like, okay. So my favorite fighter ever, Dan Henderson. I went to my high school, etc. I didn't buy his book right when it came out. And luckily, I don't know if I was drinking or something, because there was a 5 a.m. order for an autographed copy from Premier Collectibles. So that came in the mail. And I was like, hey, I'll get one a little cheaper off of Amazon because I do want to read it. He just actually finally did a Joe Rogan episode. So it's pretty entertaining, but only if you like kendo and you like fighting. It's not like it's, he's got it's not like the new Protect Our Parks, which came out today, the Christmas edition, which I'm going to have to watch on the big screen. So anyway, good to see. He's from Victor Valley High School. Mine. We sold candy for him to go to the Olympics and shit like that. His brother was still a woodshop teacher, Olympic wrestler, multi-time champion, all that. So that's it, though. And then that guy that's been selling the Motu slabs, I might have shown this on here. I don't remember. Did I show you guys that I got the preview? I think.
Ooh,
I think I did.
That's dope.
So I grabbed this guy. So apparently this guy, I don't know if you saw Jim Bagley's pickups. He got the Faker 9.8 and stuff.
Yeah, you
He's
talked
like, hey,
about
should
that.
I buy this? And I was like, because I would just sell my raws or my 9.4 for more than you paid for a 9.8 and be okay with it. So anyway, grab that from him. Grabbed a Rise of the Snake Men one from him. This is there's come with COA. There's only 500 of these printed.
That's badass.
I haven't checked the 9.8 in these. I paid more than I paid. I gave him 300 for this. I paid over 300 for my first raw of this because one hadn't shown up in 5 years. So he has multiple things from the artist. So that's why this guy that has it, he's the one that has those Dream Halloweens and stuff. So I want to say he's killing the market because I don't think he's killing the market. But what he has he's gonna be out of. He got some stuff from the artist, so a couple more are gonna come to light. But after that, I don't know. Since they came from the artist, I don't know where they're coming from. They're not like a warehouse find or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he has no more fakers. And this one has evaded me in 9.8. All the raws I bought to try to get it. This is one of my favorites.
Is that
It's
the Skeletor?
ridiculous, but yeah, it's the number 1 second print Skeletor.
Yeah, I have
Masters
that.
Universe number 1. I've never had a 9.8. This was a very, 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 very.
You got a
I think,
preview.
reasonable
That's
price.
got a preview of Invincible in there too.
Yeah, it even throws it on there. Invincible preview. So it's another reason should be sought after. I think this is the best Skeletor of all time. No, finding the red second print in the back bins is great. And now, however many of them I have could go on eBay and pay me back for the 9.8 that goes in the keeper box.
Yeah, I've got a raw one. I don't think it's a 9.8.
I had one that was a tap in 9.8, and dude just shipped it in a fucking mailer.
Oh,
without he put it in between pieces of priority box cutouts. But he cut him out the exact same size at the comic. If he would have just done and then didn't tape the comic to the cardboard, taped it around the cardboard so the corner slid out and smashed the corner. Tap in 9.8.
What a pussy.
It's fucking common sense.
Yes, dude.
That things can slide around, is it not? Common sense. That's what I'm thinking, and that'd be it. So those are my pickups.
Not bad, dude. Not bad.
You mean
Some
comics are carried on
for
the
me,
tempo?
some to sell, some to grade. Yeah. So that's it.
All right. Well, why don't we get into our market report and call it a night. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I got 5 minutes. So.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. Starting off, let's get these market report books in here. What a great date, 12/13/23. For all the people out there that are playing numbers. It's a good day to play numbers, I guess. Right? All right, so I got some interesting stuff. They are uploading as we speak. Come on, let's go. All right. Whoa, what is this?
Green screen?
I don't know what's going on. They uploaded.
That's how I fly. That's how I fly around in
I
regular
got
life.
another pickup. Hold on.
Hood ain't ever out of shit.
Oh, hold on. So, you ever seen this, Sean? Hold on. Maybe put me on the big screen.
Bro, he's had blue screen issues.
You ever
No.
seen this?
No, it looks huge.
Yeah. It's a treasury edition.
I feel
right?
like I know it existed. I've definitely never seen one though.
Yeah. So look at this, bro.
Mama! Mama!
Look at this, dude. Bro.
That's pretty
Hey,
cool.
Take that to the bathroom, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at this, bro. Hey, hold on.
Mama!
Hood, you're gonna
Jesus Christ.
You're gonna
I
like
love you,
one.
J. Scott Campbell. And
You're
then
gonna like
I paid,
this,
dude. $10, bro. Look at this, dude. Deluxe.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
Wow, that's a good deal.
$10. I mean, I was like, you got to be kidding. Look at the back. Oh my goodness. Oh.
All right, Hood.
Put it back in the bag before you ruin it, dude.
I know, dude. I'm
Check
sorry.
this out. You're gonna like
Oh,
this.
now you're really gonna go for it, huh?
All right, here we go. Market report. One of those biggie, a 9.9 of the golds, numbered to 25, sold this week for only $2.99.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, that thing
Oh,
dropped big time. Maybe somebody just got lucky. An X-Men 510, the 9.4, and it's a signature series in a 9.4. This is the sketch variant. It's just like the Black Panther sketch variant. It's as rare as that. Look how much it sold for in a 9.4, you guys. $4,000.
At least that's still alive.
Yeah.
All right. J. Scott Campbell's sketch on the original Gen 13 sketch cover, right? I always thought that this was the very first sketch cover. It's part of the 13 books that came in the Gen 13 box set. It's always one of my favorite books, and this has a beautiful sketch on it by Campbell. What a perfect book to get a sketch on by Campbell.
Also, why the fuck did they have Greg Land sign that JSC book?
Doesn't make any sense. Oh, probably because
And
he
why
did
did-
the interiors.
Who gives a shit?
I know.
I like
Wow.
Greg Land. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't. All right, moving on. Tarot number 1, a 9.8, and the 1 in 50 Nakayama sold for $348.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, everything's
Nice.
down. Everything's crazy down, right? I get it, but I think the sweet spot is in between 300 and 500. Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 6, the Bartell in a 9.8 sold for $370.
Is the book
Spider-Man.
that's up is that one? Is the Spider-Man Noir?
Well,
Oh, wow,
it's
for
not up.
$370.
That's not up. It sold for $600 in September or when did it sold for like $600 in March of maybe the beginning of the year, like, which blows me away. You know what I mean? That book. Why is that book down? Am I wrong about that? I'm pretty sure that book sold for $600 at the beginning of the year.
I didn't ever know that was a $600 book.
Yeah, definitely in the fives for a long time.
That's $515 with shipping. I think that's for considering everything else. I think that's all right.
Batman 251 and 9.4 sold for just under $3,000, $2,900. All-Star Comics number 58, First Power Girl, a CBCS 9.8 sold for $1,543. That's pretty good. That book was dying on the vine. How about Conan the Barbarian, number 23, first Red Sonja in a 9.8, sold for $2,500, just under $2,600. That was a $6,000 book at one point.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Incredible Hulk 340 in a 9.8, $1,200.
I felt like that one's always been kind of steady, right?
Yeah. Star Wars 42, a newsstand in the 9.8, just under $1,500. And then Uncharted Raw near mint, they're saying $536. The Adam Hughes cover, Uncharted number 1.
That seems low.
What the fuck? Really?
Yeah.
That's
I
low?
think that went down.
Low, dude.
For a Raw?
Yeah, even for a Raw.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
low print.
I know. I didn't realize it was ever that expensive.
Vengeance number 1, the 1 in 15 and a 9.8, sold for less than $1,000, sold for $900.
Oof.
What was the high on that book? Wasn't it like
Dude,
5,000-6,000?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like
My buddy had 2 newsstands.
Oh.
2 newsstands, 198 newsstand, and the other one raw. I think he got out of it just in time too, man.
How about the Green
Did he
Lantern
sell it for what he
55?
was asking?
Mm-hmm.
He sold for what he was asking. Wow, that's
Mhm.
impressive.
This was before the market went down.
Yeah. No, I remember that.
Green Lantern 55 in a 9.8, the Lobo variant, $510. Punisher 218, the second print in a 9.8, $321. Such a great
Dude, I
cover.
think that Green Lantern's up and that Punisher's about right. That's good.
Yeah,
I just
I
like when
remember
shit's
buying those.
round normal.
I remember buying those near mint raw for like $10 a piece.
Yeah.
Ultimate Fallout 4 Jurjevic, signed 4 times in a 9.6.
Wow.
$6,700.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man number 1, the Fiona Staples 1 in 50 in a 9.8. $3,400. It's less than half. That was a $6,000 book. It might have been an $8,000 book, right? Wasn't it really
Something like
ridiculous?
that, dude. Somebody was telling me it was 10, but I thought it was 6.
No, we looked it up, Sean, on Monday.
Yeah.
It was $7,000 was the highest, right? 7 something.
Yeah. That was outrageous in the first place. But
Ultimate Spider-Man number 1 and 9.8, the Pacelli, sold for just over $1,075.
one went on my comic shop for like $9.15 on Monday. And 9.8 of the Pacelli.
Marvel Bronze Age UK Mighty World of Marvel Comics, the Hulk 181. This is the issue 198, but it's the Hulk 181 cover with the original Herb Trimp face. Sold for $376 raw and very fine condition. So that's a cool book. I wish I owned one of them. Check this out too. A Ghost Rider number 3, the Australian edition. It's a Frank Frazetta cover, classic, horse riding Ghost Rider. But Phantom Rider in the UK, it's in the Australian edition, and a 7.0 sold for $628. I feel like somebody got a deal on that. I bet you that's super hard to find, and it's a Frazetta cover. And then a 1967 Batman and Robin Japanese manga that has Bob Kane art in it, sold for $400 raw. That's a super cool book. Yeah, that's super cool. Can't wait to talk to Josh about that. Next, Macross number 1, first appearance of Robotech in a U.S. comic. This is the Comico issue from 1984, and a 9.8 sold for $1,358.
That's the Canadian variant.
Is it?
Yeah, John Z did the research on the And there's Canadian. So if you look up above Space Fictions, it usually says like there's usually text up there. I forget what it says because I don't own one. So that more than doubles the price.
Yeah. There's your Dave Stevens book. A 9.8 of Space Vixens. What is that? 3D Zone 16.
Oh, that's what I was talking. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
My bad.
$4,000.
Everything I just said, apply it to the 3D Zone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. See above the Space Fictions. There's no text. That's supposedly John says it's a Canadian because he did the research, but that's not listed anywhere. But I didn't look it up myself either. So
somebody just got lucky.
Well, I don't think they got lucky. It's $4,000. Costs twice as much as a regular.
No, I mean,
so somebody knew what they were bidding on.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Deadpool 11 Hastings, a raw book of the Deadpool 8-bit cover, $300.
Crazy.
I know Aaron's got like 10 of those.
Do you?
I have like at least. I think at one time I had like 3 or 4, but I think I'm down to 2. I want to say.
Oh, you got all Hastings closed books, huh?
Yeah, I love Hastings books.
Young Avengers #1.
Covers.
The Wizard World sketch variant had 2 sales in a 9.8 this week, both at $355. I'd buy that all day, every day, man, for that book. That's
for
crazy.
$300.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then this Invincible sale is pretty cool. Invincible #1, 2, the Larry's 1A, number 75, 1 and 50, and Tech Jacket 1, all for $865, all raw. I feel like that was a great deal too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that your Invincible starter kit?
Right? Look at this one. Venom Lethal Protector #1, the black printing air variant, and a 9.4, CGC 9.4 sold for only $1,275. It's one of the rarest books you're ever going to see in your entire life right there.
That book doesn't come up too much, you know?
Never, dude. And then right next to it, the Italian, which is the platinum version, silver, and a 9.2 sold for $300. Tough book. And then a 9.8 Spider-Man 2099 #1 second print white variant from the Toy Biz variant, and a 9.8. So hard to get that book in a 9.8. Sold for only $1,200.
Damn.
Yeah, all 3 of those books, man, I would love to own. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Spawn #289. This is the Canada Fan Expo regular and virgin variants, only limited to 666 copies. I like how it has the Canadian flag on it like that. These sold raw for $285. You get both books. And then this blew me away. Wonder Woman 92, the DCU variant, sold for $425. Was it just that book? Why is that one so crazy?
DCU.
I know, but is that one like super rare?
I can reference my chat.
Yeah, I would love to know what what's his name says.
Let me know what these guys. Our friend Daryl bid $420 on it.
Wow.
They didn't go too much into it, but everybody said I don't have it, and wow, and then some bowl in love as there should be, and yeah, so that's what's going on. Yeah, so I mean we have yeah, our friend lost at 420. So
wow,
and that guy has more DCU books than anybody I know. That includes all the fucking people you know.
Yep.
So I think Daryl takes the cake in that one.
Yeah. This one I've never seen before. The Incapable Trump #1 from 2017, signed, limited to 200. It's raw, sold for $380. So,
Are those just like those political parody?
I don't know, man.
Comics that people.
I've never seen them sell for that much though.
CBCS signed. Yeah, some of them do. I mean, it's autographed by maybe Matabdin and Mirza, or fucking
I don't know what that is.
important.
I've never heard of them. Yeah.
There's only 200 of them. CBCS, which they clearly don't know what they're talking about because it's not CBCS. So I don't know.
Yeah. Vintage. Oh, this blew me away. Vintage comic book. Avengers #4. It's in terrible condition. Still sold for $321. There were some really rough books that sold this week. Raw. But some classic books sold for just a crap ton of money, and they were absolutely trashed.
I'm gonna start searching vintage comic book.
I know. I was gonna say, don't you love that title? Vintage comic book.
Like, how do you even have a brain not to at least write Avengers or Captain America or fucking both? Or like, you know who Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor are?
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's crazy, dude.
First eBay listing ever. Vintage comic book.
And then Captain America #109, gorgeous cover, and a 9.8, sold for $2,370. Classic, iconic cover there. And then I've never seen this. Vintage 100-page pocket comics #2, Spirit of 76. It's got a crazy cover in it. It's from 1941, September of 1941. That's crazy, right? $1,000 raw. One bid seller. They could have got it for a great deal. I've never seen that. I like to show stuff that I've never really seen, or something that kind of like blows me away that you don't see very often. There was a ton of sales this week of some of the crazy, biggest books that you can think of, but we see those all the time, to be honest. And that you're just going to be mad at what they're selling for if you own
Satanic Hitler headlights. You know what I mean? There's shit going down.
All right.
Spirit of 76 battles Satan.
Yeah.
Satan literally has a Nazi symbol.
Yeah. And he's got a U-boat in his hand.
Oh, shit.
I wish I would have. I would love to own that set of Cocaine Comics 1-4. I really want that one with the devil, the Vincent Price devil head. That's such a great tattoo flash cover for a comic,
I've only seen issue 1 in the collection.
I have an issue 1. I got it in San Diego with Sean.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got 1. I got 2. Dude, Robert Williams is my favorite artist, so
yeah,
I've got all his shit. I've got his first Thrasher. It's on the shelf ahead of me. Although Thrasher, he'd been an artist for 30 years by that time, but
yeah, I got to get that #2, man. $332 for all 4 raw. Look at that. This is crazy. Messed Up Vibe magazine from 1995, April 1995. It has the jailhouse interview of Tupac after he got shot and then he got put in jail and he thought he was going to get killed. And he's basically, it says on here, "This is my last interview. If I get killed, I want people to have the real story." Tupac Shakur jailhouse interview by Kevin Powell, the guy. Remember Kevin Powell? He was on Real World season 1.
Yeah. Well, he got raped. Came out pissed. Suge went and got him.
Yeah.
He did Me Against the World before he went in there. It's like one of the most
came out and did
poetic, heartfelt, amazing albums of all time, and just came out ready to destroy everyone. I don't fucking blame him.
Came out and did All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli. Just full of piss and vinegar.
Uh-huh.
I missed this. High Times Magazine #1. $137.
So, how does it go for that level?
I know, dude. It's in very good plus condition, but still. I love how High Times #1 is on the cover. It's a girl taking a psilocybin mushroom. And it's not even a real psilocybin mushroom.
It's not even real. Dude, that's just from the grocery store, dude.
Yeah.
She's got the munchies, man.
Making salad, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on that raw diet.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
This kind of blew me away. New Yorker Magazine, April 19th, 1999. It's an Art Spiegelman cover. It's got Plastic Man on the cover, and I guess it's got a thing about Anthony Bourdain in it from 1999. Sold for $177 raw. And then a rare House of Horror by Warren Magazine. The first issue sold raw for $650, and then Famous Monsters number 4 with the sticker included sold for $625. That's a classic cover right there. Monsters, Famous Monsters of Filmland. Next, 3 issues of this ID magazine from March and April of 1984, I believe, sold. This is ID magazine number 15 from March, April of 84. It's got Madonna on the cover very early on. I don't even know if people knew who she was at that point. You could see she looks super, super early in her career, man.
Yeah, I'd love to know what year that was.
84.
She did that. Do you guys know she did that Playboy spread for Playboy, or if somebody sold them?
Yeah, the pictures.
Naked pictures.
Yep.
I don't know which is which. She had hairy armpits and shit.
Very first Madonna.
Never mind.
Cover.
Like someone else that had those pictures sold it to Playboy?
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that along. This is probably 1980, early 1980s.
So,
but I might have found the issue high up in a closet somewhere.
So,
and
here is the very first. Let me do this. All right. Here is the very first cover of Madonna on anything. It looks like Island Magazine, October of '83, and somebody wants it. Got $4,000 for it, but this, what we just saw, came out in '84, March of '84. So it's super early in her career. It might be the second thing she ever put out. So, on the cover of magazine, Madonna's first magazine covers. Here we go. October '83 issue of New York Magazine Island is widely considered the first Madonna magazine cover, thanks to the strength of her iconic portrait by Court Snap. So there we go. That was the very first one, that Island. She made the front. It says here, it's not common knowledge instead that the soon-to-be queen of pop previously appeared on another New York City publication, photographed by Peter Cunningham, as she made the front page of the November 27th, 1982 issue of U.S. Trade magazine Dance Music Report. Wow, dude. That came out in '82. Look at this. This is the very first Madonna anything. How rare is that? It came with a 12-inch, too.
Oh, nice.
So did her book.
That's what she said. All right.
Yeah,
That's
dude. I mean,
cool, dude.
honestly, I don't hear her name as positively.
No, she's ridiculous now, bro.
Yeah, but for as big a star as she was,
yeah.
Is she revered?
No,
like
not anymore,
you know
because of how she's turned out, man. She's revolting.
She turned British.
I still listen to old school Madonna. My favorite Madonna is those early '80s Madonna's shit. You know what I mean? I listen to that shit all the time.
She has some good music.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You know,
Really
great,
good
spectacular videos when that was a thing.
I remember
It could be now for all I fucking know.
I remember she came out in like the early 2000s and did like a tour, and it was like the biggest thing in the world. And I went to a concert with a chick that I was seeing, and she fucking was such a Madonna freak, and it was fucking crazy, bro. It was one of the craziest things ever, dude. It was absolutely nuts. And she was like doing all her hits and stuff, and she hadn't toured in a long time. And there was so many chicks there, dude. It was unbelievable. Going crazy, singing along every song. It was nuts, dude. It was the early 2000s. Was Madonna in Coachella in 06 or 07? Because I was there. Wasn't 06 the year with Radiohead and The Cure? Might have been 07 that Madonna was there. Because I was there in 06. 06 was the last year I
She
went
was
to
there that
Coachella.
recently?
Dude, 07 was a long time ago, bro.
Dude, 16 years for Madonna, though. I mean, she's been around since like 82.
Yeah.
That's
I went
25 years to her career.
Yeah. So yeah, 3 of those ID magazines sold this week, all from $150 to $175. So, vintage Mattel. I remember this as a kid, dude. This is crazy. Brave Star, Marshall Brave Star, the laser with the laser backpack and stuff. Do you remember those things? Do any of you guys remember those? Probably not. These I've never seen these figures on eBay when I'm doing my market reports. Sold for $1,000 in mint in box. With the horse too. And check this out, Leg. The rare India Skeletor figure, loose, graded a CAS 80+, one of the holy grails of Masters of the Universe figures, sold for just under $2,000.
That's cool. I'm gonna go with it. I don't, you know what I mean? I didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool, you know?
You're like, now I want one.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to have one.
Another vinyl Cape Jawa, loose, sold for $1,500.
Okay.
And this blows me away. Every time I see these 1979 Lord of the Ring figures, I'm always like, man, I can't believe they're that old. And I remember the Ring Wraith rider being so expensive, and it's true, loose, $416. So if you ever see that in a flea market, which I guarantee they're out there, you just got to look for them. $416 loose with the accessories. And then a couple different years of Zelda figures, 1998, 2001. You got 4 Zelda figures loose, just under $400, $388 loose for those 4 Zelda figures. Tiger Sharks, a Grail figure, supposedly. I don't know much about this. I've never seen this figure. Doc Walrow. It's open but preserved in its cards and bubble. It's not sealed, though. Sold for $1,200. And then Cowboys of Moo Mesa. I remember these very little. They were a play on Ninja Turtles. You could tell they looked just like Ninja Turtles. They have all the same accessories and everything's. A big, huge lot of them sold for $485. Justin Shannon said, I had a Leo Skeletor that I found for $5. No accessories. Sold it for over $500. Congratulations, man. That's huge.
How would you fucking know you had an Indian Skeletor?
Right?
I mean, I know Justin would know, but like
he probably found it and knew it was that, or did he just
how you find an Indian
right?
Skeletor in just randomly in the United States though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? They were like, okay, let's go
maybe
ahead.
maybe in a maybe in like a box in a flea market. You know what I mean?
How many little kids got to take their Skeletor over here from India?
Hey, you know.
Oh, you know what? Most of them over here are pretty rich, so.
You know, they always have that cousin that still lives there or whatever. So they send it to them.
I think we've talked to Vinny about this. I think Vinny said he had He-Man figures from India. He was either He-Man or G.I. Joe. It was one of the two. So.
Yeah, his kids probably do too. He's a lawyer.
Yeah. I bet you his kids have they have no want to play with any of that stuff, so he just buys it for himself. How about a mint on card Lion-O sold for $660? It's pretty cool.
That's fucking awesome,
right?
Hell yeah.
Some crazy Ninja Turtle figures. You got the Safari Mike loose with all the accessories, $355. Arctic Donatello with accessories, $212 loose. And then a mint on card Dwarf Dawn with weapons and red beard sold for $253. But here's the crazy shit. Remember I tell you guys accessories. Just the Jailbird little accessory from the Scratch Ninja Turtles figure. This is just a little bird that comes with the Scratch figure. Scratch is the Jailbird cat. Just a little bird, the yellow bird, sold for $441.
That's crazy, dude.
And then just the fucking green belt from the Raphael black belt figure, storage shell figure, sold for $200. Accessories,
crazy.
man.
Absolutely nuts. I've said it before. Can you even imagine what thrift stores throw away?
Yeah.
When they get bags of toys and something like that's at the bottom, especially the foil green, except like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know those like those certain Goodwills where they have like all the big bins and they just they unload everything in those bins and you just go through them.
Yeah.
Justin Shannon said the skin is dark blue. Found it at an outdoor comic show in Pittsburgh a few years ago. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, on like honestly, just like looking at it, it's because I'm a Skeletor fan. I'd buy it for $5, but I wouldn't have any idea, man.
It almost looks like a faker body, like a dark blue faker body.
Yeah.
Maybe, or maybe they just painted it. How about a Venezuelan My Little Pony sold for $970 for all you bronies out there. All right, we're almost done here. We've got a couple more to go. We got some good ones left, though. How about this? I don't know what this is. It says Marvel Spotlight, no number, from June of '93. It's got Deadpool on it. Must have came out right before the Deadpool limited series. Sold it. It's graded a 9.8. It's the little preview magazine newspaper thing that they put out. $500. So I bet you there's comic shops that just have these stacked in perfect condition. You know.
So wait, that's a comic?
No, it's like newspaper. It's the preview from Marvel Comics. The little.
It's like a little insert or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd pay $500 for that.
Joe Madureira, 1992. Yeah, 93. Just drawn in 92.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Here's the back. It talks about all the books coming out.
I'd
this
relist
month.
it for $25,000.
Right?
I'm not even kidding.
I know. Like how many?
I would expect to be paid $25,000, but I would definitely do that.
This is pretty cool. The Superhero Women of Marvel by Stan Lee. It's got Stan Lee's signature in it. Jack Kirby, John Romita, Joe Sano, Roy Thomas, John Buscema. So 6th time signed. Now, shout out to our boy fucking Rad who has been showing there's do you remember that gold Jack Kirby signature that was on the inside of that book that we saw a few markets reports back that you called kind of like bullshit on? You're like, what is with that? That's a gold marker.
Yeah.
So fucking Rad saw that and he went and checked out that dude's page, and that dude is selling a shit ton of fake autographs. So you guys got to be careful.
Yeah, I've seen it on his
IG. Yeah. So we'll have to talk to him about that. He went and showed a bunch of accounts that are selling fake autos. So I'd love to see what he says about this. If this guy's selling, if these were fake, but there was 3 Jack Kirby autographs this week. How about this one? I always love this book because this is the first book that Jack Kirby did on DC. The Jimmy Olsen number 133.
Yeah, and also cameo Darkseid.
Yep. Tough book.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. Jack Kirby auto on the inside cover. In near mint condition, sold for $575.
Right around the corner, too.
And then Fantastic Four 236 signed by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby on the inside. Both in pen. And they look legit to me. The Jack Kirby has the little loop, and then on his end he has the loop on the Y at the end and comes down.
Yeah, and
And the Stan Lee looks good to me, but I could be wrong. So I'd love to see what autograph people think about this one. That's sold for $427. And then this is pretty cool. X-Men number 108 in a CGC 98 that is part of the Second Mile High collection. Sold for $665. This is the first John Byrne on the X-Men series. Not the first John Byrne X-Men, but the first John Byrne on the title. So, classic book right here.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would definitely get that. I'd buy that, get it reholdered in the new pedigree label.
Yeah.
And then resell it.
Yep. $665 that sold for. All right, this is kind of crazy. There was a couple of sellers that had some crazy sales. Check out this seller. This seller goes by All Winners 1942. Look at some of these things that he sold. So he sold a bunch of a bunch of Mark Jewelers books, a bunch of Spider-Man books, a ton of, you get Spider-Man 277 Mark Jewelers in a 9.8, 305. Spider-Man 276 not Mark Jewelers in a 9.8, 420. Look at that, that's $60 for a fine newsstand of another set of these sold too. A Mark Jewelers, hold on. We haven't got to him yet. Where are they? He sold 2 9.8 Boba Fett's, just over 1,000. Here we go. A Mark Jewelers Amazing Spider-Man 306 McFarlane in a 9.8 sold for just under $3,000.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
Right? It's the.
I didn't know it went for. I mean, I don't know how many Mark Jewelers are out there.
Yeah, McFarlane Action Comics #1 homage. And then a Mark Jewelers 282, which is the 25th anniversary issue in a 9.8, sold for $410. Is that just because of the McFarlane? I mean, I would love to have this just as much as I would love to have this in a 9.8 Mark Jewelers.
Oh, I don't know. 306 is tough, and it's McFarlane Action Comics 1 rip.
Yeah.
So it's probably that. It's the McFarlane deal, and it's.
But those anniversary covers.
Quite sure. Do they have the years on them? The 306 might be more rare in newsstand. If it's a few years later, 3 years later, something like that, I'm not sure. You'd have to check later. It's probably like 86 versus 89. I could be off.
They've got 307 and a 9.4 Mark Jewelers sold for $152. 303 and a 9.6 Mark Jewelers, $510. 302 and a 9.6 Mark Jewelers and a $210. I mean, the whole run. How about a 313 Mark Jewelers and a 9.8, $1,600?
That's really high grade for Mark Jeweler books too.
Right?
Yeah, that's insane. Dude, I'd love that 312 MJ. Fucking I love that's one of my favorite covers, period.
311 Mark Jewelers, Mysterio McFarlane, $800. 310 Mark Jewelers and a 9.8, $771. I mean, so many. He must have had a whole Mark Jewelers run and he said, screw it, I'm just getting out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right?
Or I want something bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people are just selling. And if you guys don't believe me, look at this. Let me watch this shit.
I mean, that was a nice chunk of the run, too, for Mark Jeweler 9.8s, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. There was a sale. Watch this. Walking Dead 1 through 7. So there was a guy that you could tell, like, he was just selling everything. He said, screw it, I'm selling it all. He was selling some crazy shit. Let me see if I can find this. 1 through 7. Walking Dead 1 through 7. There's a guy that sold his Walking Dead 1 through 7. I just gotta find him. book. I thought it was 1 through 7. Let me see here. Let me do this. Let me go down here. I'm glad the my upload speed kind of cleared up a little bit, but still shit. All right, let's see here. Here we go. Walking Dead 1 through 7. All right, this guy right here sold a ton of stuff. So, Walking Dead 1 through 7, all in great shape, $900. So number 1 looks great, dude. This book alone is a $900 book.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is.
Yeah. So 1 through 7, $900. Check out all these other books that he sold, dude. I think this is the right guy. Let me double check. I hope so. Yeah. Chewbacca 1 through 4. Walking Dead 1 through 7. I think it's him. Let me make sure. Nope, it's not him. There was another guy, dude, that he sold. It was every series complete in the last like 10 years, dude. I shit you not. Ghost Rider complete. All raw. Just for crazy, crazy numbers, man. And you could tell he was just getting out of everything. He's like, screw it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just getting the fuck out. So a lot of people are, I don't know if they're selling all their stuff because, you know, they got in and they just want to recoup some money, or if it's people are like, it's stuff that I've had that I'm finally deciding to sell. I don't know what it is, man, but there's a lot of people that are selling off their books big time. A lot of Golden Age books were selling this week. Just a ton of, absolute ton of stuff. Yeah, here's another one. Here we go. Look at this guy right here. Ghost Rider.
It could be people moving too as well, right? Where they don't want to.
Ghost Rider 1 through 81, $585. Right?
Yeah.
Watch this.
There's like almost no keys in there though, except for like 181, and that's it.
Look at this. Steel complete, 119. Lobo complete. Booster Gold complete. Spider Woman complete. West Coast Avengers complete. 100 issues. Hour Man 1 through 25. Secret 6 complete. Punisher War Journal complete. I mean, he's selling everything, and these are all complete series. Punisher War Journal 1 through 80. Alpha Flight 1 through 130. Hawkman 0 through 30. Hawkman second volume 1 through 17. New Gods 3rd series complete. New Gods 4th series complete. Orion. This guy was a major collector that collected everything. Hitman complete 1 through 60. And look at the prices.
Nobody wants them. Like,
I know. What is what is he thinking?
Yeah, but nobody wants a fucking bulk in their house just like he did it. If you're gonna get those from the dealer, ain't gonna give you shit, because the dealer is gonna have to. He's gonna have to resell it as a set, like, because somebody's gonna want number 1, and then it's gonna take. He's got to lug around the other 50 issues for 10 years in a dollar bin, so somebody buys the other 49 of them.
He sold them all at the same time. They all ended on December 10th. Secret Wars, both sets, $200. Dark Stars. Like, some of these, you're like, what the? Wolverine Origins 1 through 50 complete. Catwoman 1 through 83 complete, $379.
Yeah, he didn't make the best titles either.
No,
probably didn't do very much to draw people to his auctions either.
Oh,
You had them in order. You tell people there's a bunch going on.
New Mutants 1 through 100 complete for $500. Deadpool
with the newsstand 87.
Yeah, with the newsstand.
The orange newsstand 87.
Yep. I mean, Defenders 1 through
and the
152.
Deadpool run went for much of the New Mutants. I love it.
Yeah, and more. Deadpool went for more than it went for a little bit under. Yeah. I mean, it just keeps going. Immortal Iron Fist 1 through 26, Sleepwalker 1 through 33. Now we're getting here's some deep. Look at Flash 1 through 247 sold for $502. Black Canary, Anima.
Bro, can you imagine what's got to take to motherfucking ship this shit? He's got free shipping on it all too.
They all ended on the same day.
That was,
Moon Knight 1 through 38. Moon Knight.
bro,
1
that
through
free
60.
shipping though, dude.
I know, dude. This
I
guy's
know.
losing.
Oh, he's
so
getting
much
fucking.
money.
You know what it costs to ship? Like 80 pounds. Oh, this guy got fucked for his whole comic collection.
Doctor Strange 1 through 81, $280.
Oh, let's
Black
just
Panther.
hey, dude, here I'm pour some out for this guy in his comic book life.
I know.
He spent his whole life doing this, and then worked like 1 million hours and made like $6.
Yeah.
So he lost like $50,000.
He sold. He literally.
And his soul is gone. That was his whole soul. His whole
There's
soul is missing from his body now.
Yes, I think you're right. Because this is like every series of every. I mean, it ends with with Teen Titans.
I don't even want to watch this. It makes me want to cry.
It does, right? It's sad. And he's still got more that he's selling, I think. Let me see here. Yeah, Marvel Team Up complete series. Wonder Woman complete
He
series.
raises prices, I see.
Yeah. Marvel 2-in-1 complete series. She-Hulk complete series. I mean, he's got them all. Look at that. Robin 1 through 183. Nightwing 1 through 153.
He single-handedly kept a fucking LCS in business.
Yeah. He has every comic book made since 1980 probably. I mean, I shit you not.
every DC and Marvel, yeah.
Yeah. Marvel Fanfare 1 through 60. Starman, that's a great series. I have Starman 1 through 80 that I read back in the day. I still have it. I love that series. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 62. I mean, this is every fucking series known to man. Books of Magic, even. Birds of Prey, I love that number 8. It's a tough book. The Spectre. Cable Deadpool. It just keeps going. How about a Wonder Man complete series for $119? DC Comics Presents complete series, $119. Hellspawn 1 through 16. That's a tough series. $119. Does he have a whole series of Spawn up? Blade 1 through 10. Runaways complete series. Inhumans. I mean, Jesus, dude. JSA Classified 1 through 39. Black Panther 1 through 12. $59? Isn't the first what's her name sell for a couple $100?
No.
No?
Not 98
not
maybe
anymore?
now.
Spectre.
It's first female back. It's not for Shuri.
No, it's
for Shuri as Black Panther. I
No,
think,
first
maybe.
the whole series is there, bro, for $59.
Yeah, you only want one book. Same as JSA Classified. Spirits of Vengeance. Somebody buy it and read it. Do them a favor, please. Free shipping. Come on, I love Ghost Rider.
Man, this is fucking crazy, dude. I've never seen anything like this. Even the Heroes Return stuff, Heroes Reborn, Heroes Return, Runaways. Finally, it's over with. And that is Market Report for December 13th. All right, what a show.
Someone's comic book life.
Yeah. I'm going to have to edit
What's the
out
name of that
first
seller?
hour.
People are asking. Do you still have it up?
Yeah, first name of the seller is Nightstar 1441. It's got 100% positive feedback, 576 feedback, 452 items sold.
And no soul.
And his soul is gone. Each is a little piece of it with every single comic book that he sold. So.
Hey, it goes for me too. So trust me, I'm on this guy's side.
Yeah. That being said, I got to put a bunch of books in bags and boards, and I got a shit ton of them to do because none of these books came bagged or boarded. So be on the lookout, Sean. All right, you guys. Thanks for helping out.
Give
with
Hood your
this.
old ass books.
Yeah. Thanks for No, I'm talking about the books from that one place. Where we bought those books from.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. So thanks for sticking with us. I know it was a pain in the ass, but we have 94 that hung out till the end of the show. Hopefully, I'm gonna call my cable provider and see if, or my internet provider, and see if I can fix that, because I can't have that. That's a pain in the ass. So we're gonna see if we can fix that upload. Maybe get a fiber account if they have it, AT&T, or even through Google Fiber or something. We'll see. That being the case, what do we got coming up? We've got Bogcast tomorrow night. You guys come hang out with us live on the Bogcast like normal. And Friday we have the Hot 10 on House of Stein. And then Saturday night we're going to have Mad Love Art. Is that what it is? The guy that does... I think that's what it is. Mad Love Art, right?
No idea.
Let me find it here.
I got to figure out how to use the iPhone tonight.
Why do you got to do that?
Oh, because my phone's screen cracked. So they had a temporary phone I can borrow from work, and it's an iPhone. I have no idea how to use it.
So you remember this cover? Let me find it. Where is it? You remember the they did the... Where is it? The Ahsoka cover. Was it Ahsoka? No, it was what's the Indiana Jones chick from Star Wars?
Huh.
The Vader 3 chick. What's her name?
Oh,
Afro?
Dr. Afro.
Yeah, remember they did the Dr. Afro
Indiana
book?
Jones. Yeah,
With,
the Japes.
Nemesis Prime, I think. We had Nemesis on when it came out.
I think he passed it.
The Japes with the booty.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
There. Yeah.
Oh, that ain't it.
Yeah. So Mad Love Comics and Art. They put these. They're the ones who've been doing these books. They're gonna.
Yeah, it's all titties inside of it too.
It is, dude. So he's gonna come on Saturday to chat, and if you guys have any questions that you want to send his way, let me know. Send them to me, please. Leave them in the description or in the comments on this video. That would help me the most, so I can just go back to the comments on this video and find them. But we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. They just recently did one that I really wanted to buy, but I don't think I think I tried to get some, but I wasn't able to. This is the Flops Comics cover. That was so good. And there's a foil one of these that's just amazing. So I'm definitely going to want to be talking about that. But they've been doing a lot of books, and a lot of people have been buying their stuff. It's going to be... That almost looks like Destiny's Wife, doesn't it? Isn't that what that looks like? Holy shit.
Who?
There's a streamer who's breaking up with his wife that looks just like her, dude. Unreal. So there's going to be a lot of questions for this. Like, you know, I'm sure you guys have questions, good and bad. So, like I said, put them out there. Let us know. Look at that one. They are spotlighting a lot of amazing artists, that's for sure. A lot of cosplay covers. I know a lot of people are not fans of cosplay covers. A lot of their stuff, man, they spotlight a lot of new artists. So that's a good thing, in my opinion. I'm not a fan of so-called titty books, but there's a lot of people that are. And they sell a vast majority of new books every week are these style books, the naughty versions, as I'll call them. And like Stein says all the time that if he had those books on the list, they'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 every week. That's a really cool cover right there.
Let's just start selling porn, man.
I know. That's just
I'm not calling this necessarily porn. I'm just saying what Stein said. If they could be top 10 on there, I need to quit passing up the fucking Zenoscope booth.
Yeah. So appreciate all you guys all the way till the end. Shout out to Big Remo, who is in bed Christmas shopping. Appreciate you, brother. And we are going to call it a night, but come hang out with us Saturday night, Friday night, tomorrow night. You guys, we'll see you there. Much love. Make sure you guys check out all of these guys' links. They are below. And show them some love. And if you guys have not subscribed up here yet, please do. We are very close to 2,000 subscribers. It'd be nice to hit that by Christmas. I'm still crossing my fingers that we can. That being the case, much love to all you that help us get there. And we are out.